Hello everyone! How is everyone doing today? Because I got a crazy idea. I finally decided to give them a proper try, at least, because it doesn't mean that I haven't tried before. Um, and by Vim, I mean just to learn the Vim motions and start breaking into those patterns to basically start editing faster, and just take my hands less off keyboard, because with VS Code you still, even though we have shortcuts, you can do a lot of stuff quickly. You still need to grab that mouse from time to time, at least that's what I feel like. So I would like to force myself to just stay on keyboard, and the way I'm planning to do that is that VS Code has a Vim extension that basically enables most of the features of Vim, at least for editing. I'm not sure really yet, but most of the features of just doing code stuff, like in Vim. And then I discovered that there's a fun little extension called Learn Vim, and it has like actual tutorials that teach you one thing after another. They let you try a few things. So I figured, you know what, might as well give it a proper try to force myself for, an hour or two today and maybe an hour or two next week, and slowly going to the point where I'm starting to get comfortable until I get to the point where, you know what, I think I know enough that I can start switching to it as my default mode for coding, even though it's gonna slow me down initially. And then maybe if I will actually stay with it long enough, I will actually, switch to something like NeoVim or something. I don't know. I like my VS Code extensions, code completions, and all the fancy stuff. But maybe it's gonna force me to think in some different ways, so we'll see. I took a peek at this whole tutorial. I just perused through that, tried a few things out. They seem to work nicely. So we're gonna go through a few of the initial things relatively fast, and then we're gonna just do some coding, and I will be forcing myself not to use other shortcuts that I know from, purely VS Code. At least those that seem to be obviously non-Vim related. And then we'll see where we get from there, right? So the goal will be just to keep coding. I'll continue working on the SerialDB driver for Nim, because that's kind of a project where I can do some basic coding. So that's that. We've got our Vim extension installed. We've got our Learn Vim tab, so we can close this. And let's go to Zen mode. All right, so we have less distractions, a little bit closer to what it's supposed to be. And not this. Let's go to the extension and Learn Vim. So what it does, it opens two tabs for us. On the left, I guess it was supposed to open one more. Oh no, Control B doesn't work anymore. Control Shift P doesn't either. Toggle side primary sidebar. Oh, that's it for sidebar. This is not going well. We can use Zen mode shortcuts and a bunch of other things. Okay, so I guess we're gonna stay in the default mode. Alright, no big deal. So we're gonna go with the first one, forward, and we're gonna read whatever's here on the left, and then we're gonna go through whatever's here on the right. At least I think that's the idea. We see that welcome to Learn Vim. I built this plugin as a companion to boost your coding flow with VS Code and Nim, so that you can read and practice along right from within your favorite code editor. Use the panel on the left to select the chapter you're most interested in. If you're new to Vim and VS Code Vim, I suggest that you start from the beginning When you select a chapter, an editor like this one will magically materialize out of thin air with instructions and exercises that you can practice your Vim skills. Great, have fun. Awesome. So yeah, we go with our forward. It's gonna be just a bunch of text. We're not gonna learn too much yet. It's a nice story though, so I'm just gonna go through it. Forward. It was early spring of 2013, and it was cold. Colder than what you would expect for such a time of the year. Colder than spring has a right to be. But this was Sweden, and such things are to be expected of Sweden. No milder weather could have forged the mighty Vikings. I was a young .NET developer working at a product company in a small, lethargic city in the south of Sweden. A Spaniard, foreign in a foreign land with weird customs and weirder peoples. I had been working as a software engineer for about 4 years then, and I really, really loved every single second of it. As someone who loves his work, I prided myself in it, and I strove to become better and better every day. I remember that at the time I was very proficient with C#, Visual Studio, and the all-powerful ReSharper, blessed among Visual Studio plugins. Yep. Using ReSharper, I had achieved a high level of productivity by learning all the key bindings, its most mysterious features, and having an extremely keyboard-centric workflow. Minimizing the role of the mouse and using ReSharper's amazing capabilities meant that I could type away, jumping from file to file, refactoring code, extracting, renaming, replacing, and writing at amazing speeds. Whatever crazy idea came to my mind, I could materialize it in code within seconds. But there was something wrong, something missing, too much friction. My amazing speed and productivity would stop as soon as I would dive into the body of an existing function or class. Whenever I had to edit something at a finer level of detail, insert some new statements above the current line, or change some text to something else, which happens to happen more often than one would think, would slow to a crawl. So I perceived it. Yeah, inserting statement above the current line, Control Shift Enter. I believe under the line, Shift Enter, or change some text to something else. Just Control D to select word and do other stuff. You could do a lot of that in VS Code when you learn the shortcuts, and you can be like really productive with it. But I want to learn if with Vim I can actually speed up without putting too much thinking on how do I select those things, because Vim is supposed to have so many possible shortcuts, so many methods to do things, that am I smart enough? Am I too slow for Vim? I don't know. I want to find out. And so, as fixated as I was on improving my craft in every finest detail, I left on a journey of discovery, a quest for the ultimate text editing experience, something that will allow me to become super awesome in all aspects of the mechanics of coding, the high-level macro ones, which I felt I have mastered, and the teeny tiny micro ones, which I needed to improve. I traveled to the lands and spoke to the sages. I explored and wandered. And after much wandering, I don't know what's the pronunciation difference here, and much toiling, I found Vim, as in VS Vim. And Vim was awesome, as it was tough, and it changed the way I wrote code from then on, up until this very day, as I write these words in Vim. All right? This book's sole purpose is to share a sliver of that same awesomeness with you. I hope it changes and empowers you as It changed and empowered me. Enjoy. Alrighty. Alrighty. So that's it. We go to introduction now, which is a little bit more words, but maybe we're gonna start kind of understanding what's going on here. Okay, introduction. Visual Studio Code is superb. It offers an unparalleled user experience with great support for many languages and development ecosystems. It comes with great defaults and super easy to use and get started with. Vim is awesome. Its modal nature and text editing features make it unique amongst other editors. Vim offers a complete different level of text editing proficiency, speed and accuracy from anything else out there. The combination of both couldn't be anything less than amazingly superb. Yep, I just did that. In the upcoming days, and as you read these pages and practice, you will boost your Visual Studio editing skills incredibly. By combining the strengths of Vim and Visual Studio Code, you'll be able to make the interface between your brain and the computer ever so thin, making your thoughts seamlessly materialize into code. Sure we will. I mean, wouldn't that be magic? That'll be magical indeed. Here's what we're going to cover in this book. What is Vim and why use Vim in VS Code? How to install it, basic surviving skills in Vim, moving blazingly fast with core Vim motions. So that's what we'll be focusing today, core Vim motions, I presume. Editing at the speed of thought with Vim operations and motions. Vim's secret language. Inserting text a la Vim. Selecting text in visual mode, copying and pasting, taking advantage of registers. Registers sound fun, as in, few places to put what you copied or something. Surrounding things with Vim Surround. Okay, that's great. Moving even faster with the Sneak and Easy Motion plugins. Okay. So VS Code is an IDE. We installed an extension so that we have things like Vim, and to that extension we add Sneak and Easy Motion plugins. What the heck? Creating custom shortcuts, or maybe they're built in. Creating custom shortcuts to make you more effective. Supercharging multiple cursors with Vim. We'll see, because I love multiple cursors. Creating reusable editing units with macros, and integrating VS Code with NeoVim for maximum awesomeness. Okay. At the end of this book, you'll be capable of fine-grained text manipulations to powerful text transformations that were previously unreachable to you. We'll see about that. And over time, and as you practice and get comfortable with the different Vim commands, you will become faster and more proficient at editing than you were ever before. Okay, so what is Vim? Vi is an ancient text editor, old even before the first age of the world. It was designed to work on contraptions called terminals, with the very uncommon yet inspired characteristic of functioning in a modal fashion. That is, it has a mode for inserting text, another for editing text, a different one for selecting text, and you get the gist. Vi's latest and most celebrated incarnation is Vim. Vi Improved, or informally Vi Imitation, which works both with text and graphical interfaces, comes with a plethora of improvements over Vi, and is supported on every platform known to humankind. Okay, possibly. But the impact of Vim doesn't stop with Vim. Vim's ideas are so very remarkable that they have transcended the Vim editor itself and propagated into other editors. Today, you can find Vim-like modes in almost any editor and IDE that you can imagine, like appropriately in a Visual Studio Code. Okay, so why Vim isn't Visual Studio Code enough? Why should you care about learning about an ancient editor in this day and age? Does it really make such a big difference to my Visual Studio Code setup? The truth is that Vim provides a different way of interacting with text from anything I've ever seen. A way that gives you a completely different level of control and fluency when editing code. At the hands of an experienced user, editing text in Vim seems like magic. Vim makes you faster. Vim makes you more precise. Vim unlocks a completely different level of control in text editing. Vim thins the interface between your brain and the computer, and it's all striking to behold when doing presentations or when watching Primogen's videos, right? When he's coding, it's like, whoa, you're moving fast. Awesome, that sounds very good and all that, but how can Vim achieve all this? The answer is modes. Vim's modal nature empowers your keyboard to control every aspect of your editor. Every mode is a clean slate that gives your keyboard new powers. Okay, so I guess different modes have different shortcuts, right? Or key bindings. To edit text at lightning speed, navigate at the speed of thought, select and move text to your heart's content, and more. With Vim, you're no longer limited to inserting text, nor subject to the tyranny of the mouse to click, navigate, or select text. No. After using Vim for a while, you'll be like a code surgeon that makes expert incisions with surgical precision whenever and wherever it's required, navigating through your code and code base with lightning speed and accuracy of a entirely keyboard-driven workflow. Oh, that is quite some sales pitch. So why would you want to learn Vim this day and age? Paraphrasing the mighty Drew Neal, author of Practical Vim and master of most obscure Vim arcana. Vim is for programmers who want to raise their game. In the hands of an expert, Vim shreds text at the speed of thought. That's a fun quote. Who would want that? Okay, so let's just peruse. I think the next one we'll skip the installing because we already have that, but soon we're gonna get to actually learning something. A brief note about the conventions used in this book. Since a lot of what happens in Vim depends on the location of your cursor, I've used a series of diagrams that show the position of the cursor changing over time as you type commands. And since it's quite unconventional from other programming books, I think you'll find it helpful to have it explained so you're prepared before you encounter it for the first time. Here's an example. So we have this row. Oh, so we have word is 2 words, and you have a bunch of those V's here, right? So I guess these will be cursor positions that they're pointing at. And so that means the following. Okay, so this part is the commands you type. This is the text in your editor. And those V's are position of the cursor changing as you type. Okay, so I am starting here. I press W, or W command, and cursor goes here. Another W command goes here, then here, and then here. Great. So the text word is 2 words, is the text that is inside your editor, which is subject to change or navigation. You type the command W successively, in this case 4 times. Every time you type the command, you move the cursor represented by V to a new location. Great. At times, it will be helpful to compare how 2 commands perform when applied to the same bit of text. In those cases, I've used the following diagrams. Okay, so we have capital W's and lowercase w's, and I guess capital 1 just skips the like punctuation and whatnot. Cool. Where at the bottom, it's similar to meaning. Here, just use the caret instead of V. Great. When explaining commands, we'll pay heed. What the heck is this language? When explaining commands, we'll pay heed to the following conventions. For operations and motions. Okay, we have an example. F, in this case, is a literal F, expected to be typed as is. And then we have those whatever. Character inside the curly brackets is a placeholder that needs to be substituted by something. And a name would be usually descriptive of what it means. And when constructing and applying to text objects, so we have an example here. So this will be a placeholder. This will be either A or I character. And then we have another placeholder. Great. And for X commands, we have colon, which is just beginning. Then we've got this thing, so the square brackets denote that this part is optional. Okay. Again, placeholder, just normal S, normal slash, I guess. And then we've got the placeholder, and optional placeholder. Great. So feel free to give feedback, and we can finally start going to something more fun, more practical, right? All right, so installing Vim inside Visual Studio. So what you're doing is installing this Vim plugin, restart Vim, VSCode, and that's it. We're good. So type extension, yeah, we installed the extension. Great. Good. And your cursor should no longer be this pipe, but a rectangle, and we can see this works, but I can still click stuff, so that's good. Okay, so we finally go to the baby steps. We are finally starting to learn Vim, all right? So your first baby steps in Vim. Oh, and we actually have the turtle on the right. Awesome. Rectangle shaped cursor. Curious, if you try to type text right now, you'll be surprised to see that nothing happens. Or, to be more precise, nothing that you would have expected to happen happens. For one, as you type on the keyboard, there are no characters being reflected on the screen. So I click here and type hello. And oh, now I'm typing. I know that I can use escape to get out of this, and I do Control Z to just do a bunch of stuff. Wait, what? Oh, this was holding my previous edits. That's funny. Huh. Okay, great. In fact, it is likely that in your typing, you'll stumble upon some special meaning command that will either send your cursor flying around the screen or even delete or edit some code. All of this weird and unexpected behavior is the result of normal mode. So I know that we have normal here. See, that's a little short screenshot. The default mode in which you interact with code in Vim. And in normal mode, one does not insert text. So it is normal mode. And moreover, what does mode even mean? Modes in Vim. Modes are one of the most important and impactful design decisions in Nim. So it pays off to spend a little bit of time to really understand what modes mean and how they affect the Vim developer experience. Okay. Vim modes follow the same principle of wearing the right hat for the right situation. Depending on the task at hand, you may, figuratively, wear the right hat to best adapt your way of thinking, behavior, and mindset to that situation. For instance, if you're typing to solve a problem in novel ways, you may want to wear an explorer cap that brings forth your exploratory mindset. If you want to be fearless and daring in an uncomfortable situation, you'll wear a Viking helmet. Okay. Diplomatic, a courtier's hat, etc. In a similar way, the Vim editor has different modes that best adapt to fulfilling different tasks. For example, these are 3 of the most common modes in Vim. Okay, we're learning something. Modal editing. We have insert mode for type text and stuff. Okay, so that's for typing. Normal mode, edit text and navigate. And then we have visual mode, select text and edit it. Okay, all right. So we have insert, normal, and visual. Sure. Just like wearing the right hat, when using Vim, you'll see the insert mode when your goal is to insert text. You'll use normal mode when your goal is to edit text or navigate through your codebase. And you use visual mode when you want to select some text. Great. But what do modes mean exactly? What does adapting to the task at hand mean in the context of a text editor? In essence, it means that your keyboard gains different capabilities depending on the mode you're in. That is, depending on the mode you're in, typing a key in your keyboard will lead to different results adapted to that particular mode. Take the letter W for instance. the W in any of these modes and top W in any of these modes, and this is what will happen. So in the insert mode, W, we just type in W. Normal mode, W move to beginning of the next word, okay? And visual mode, W will select text until beginning of the next word. Okay, that makes sense. So W stands for word, basically. And insert mode, okay, we just read through that. Great. So what do we gain from Vim being modal editor? Thanks to the existence of modes, the keyboard becomes a blank slate in every different one of them, which means that Vim is free to entirely adapt the keyboard to be the most effective to perform the task at hand, having your desired functionality right at your fingertips. As a result, and unlike other non-modal editors, Vim doesn't need to rely on crazy key combinations like Control, Alt, Shift, something, right? Because then you're like, can I do it with one hand? Do I need two hands to just type in that thing? I need to hold it all together, right? That means that you'll be faster, you'll be more effective, and you will keep the health of your wrists and fingers far longer. Okay. Yes, you are in normal mode. This mode, in this mode, you don't insert text. Instead, you move around and edit it. This design decision stems from the realization that we spend far more time reading, navigating, and changing code than we do inserting it in the first place. True. Normal mode. So in normal mode, normal mode is the default mode in Vim, as opposed to insert mode, which is the default and only mode in most other editors. In normal mode, you don't insert text. Instead, you move around and edit it. This design decision stems from... Seriously? We're reading the same thing? It can feel like a hostile place at first, as typing any key can and will result in unexpected behavior. So it helps to come into normal mode with a little preparation. These are the very basics you need to survive and start building your Vim skills. Okay, so what is it? Move around with HJKL keys. Okay. HJKL. Sure. Go to insert mode with I, where you can type stuff as usual, and go back to normal with escape, Control C, or Control left square bracket. That's a different one. I guess Control C would be the most common. The most basics of Vim motions. So HJKL are the core and most basic motions of Vim. They allow you to move the cursor by one space in every direction. Okay. I'm gonna try it out in a second. They are not the most effective nor the most efficient way to move around in Vim, but they do give you agility and confidence to move around a file in normal mode. Learning to HJKL effectively is the equivalent of learning to walk. You don't run, you just walk, right? Or learning to ride a bike. Sure. After you get comfortable with more Vim motions, you won't use HJKL as much, but they will come very handy for short distance movements and small corrections. J and K are also very useful within a file explorer, the command palette, and the go-to panes, as they allow you to move up and down and select different items. Okay. So yeah, let's just read the stuff on the left first. So from normal mode to insert mode and back, right? So you press I, you go to insert mode, escape, you go back. The I key lets you go to insert mode after the cursor. At the beginning of your journey into Vim, you can see I as a escape hatch to sanity. If you ever feel stressed out and like you're not making a progress, you're welcome to type I, jump into insert mode, into a world where your editor behaves as it did prior to installing Vim. So that's great. When you feel like you have your energy and enthusiasm back up, you can type escape, Control C, or Control something, and you'll be back to normal mode where you edit and navigate your code. So wait, did they just say that in insert mode, VSCode behaves as it did prior to installing Vim? Because right now, if I'll press Control B, What, I just go to the beginning of the file or something? Not really. It goes somewhere. It doesn't toggle this left thing. So if I'll press I, say the cursor changed, it shows here that I'm insert mode. So now Control B. It works! I can get my shortcuts back. Huh. Yeah, I can use arrows just like I was doing stuff before, right? Is there like a bit of code somewhere? That I could go through? Not really, but you know, I can move around. That's good. That's good. Can I move like with words and stuff? Whatever. But we press escape and we're back to normal. We're doing this. Control C, we're back to normal. Great. Okay, I'm glad that we can just get the shortcuts working while in the insert mode. That's actually super awesome. Wow, okay. Of course, Control C to copy won't work because that takes us back. Okay, so as you gain confidence and learn more commands, you wait. Yeah. Find you'll spend more and more of your time in normal mode, only dropping to insert mode for precise tactical text editing assaults. Okay. Escape and Control F bracket can be uncomfortable to type. So I tend to recommend that you use Control C. And since you'll be using Control key quite often, although not as often as with other editors, I recommend that you follow this tip. So mapping your caps lock key to Control. I'm not gonna be doing right now. I'm on Windows, so it's gonna be less obvious. I don't feel like installing anything right now. In some way, I want to be able to pick up, my laptop, be on my PC, and whatever I reinstall fresh system, I just want to already have it in my fingers, the few basic things. Control C isn't too bad, at least for now. Maybe when I will start being like, fast at it, I'll figure out, what, this will speed things up and I'm gonna do it or something. But for now, no thank you. Important note for Windows and Linux users. Wait, Control C to get back to normal mode? Isn't that what I've been using all my life to copy stuff? Installing VS Code Vim has a couple of side effects. One is that you get that weird squarish thingy cursor, just terminal stuff. We have just discussed. And the other is that some commonly used keys are remapped to the natural function in the land of Vim. For instance, Control C no longer copies, and instead it sends you back to normal mode. The command that you use in Vim for copying is far less verbose. Y for yank. Okay, I heard that yank thing. Control V no longer pastes and instead sends you into visual block mode. Interesting, visual block mode. Again, the command we use in Vim for pasting is less verbose, just single P for paste. Great. Control F no longer lets you search and instead allows you to scroll your screen one page forward. Once more, the command we use in Vim for search is closer to your fingertips, / and then the term I'm searching for. Great. Okay. So depending on how adventurous you are and your tolerance for discomfort, you might want to keep your keys as they are right now rather than continuing with the changes done by Vim. No, we just stay with whatever Vim is. So you go away. When you install VSCode Vim, your VSCode editor will become slightly stranger place. Vim relies on modes, so this is a repeat of everything that we just read. Repeat, and we have repeat of our things, and this is just repeat. Okay, so let's not waste time on that and actually get into the exercise, all right? And so this looks like partial repeat. So this is like, why do we have this if we have repeat of stuff here? Okay, take a breath, blah, blah. Vim's quite strange. Gives Vim, blah, blah, blah. We're in a normal mode. Let's start practicing the basics of movement in normal mode. H, J, K, L. Uh, okay, so H moves me to the left, J goes down, K will be up, and this is here. So I can just... Okay, so the outer ones, it's funny how they are kind of shifted of in a home row. So J is just down, that's your default thing. Okay, that will take some getting used to, that they are not like right at your fingertips. But I guess it's fine. So I go down. Oh, and this is like with wrapping and everything. Markdown makes it weird. Okay, so let's start practicing. They allow you to move the cursor. I'll be using those from now on for moving around the text so that I'm getting the habit. It's okay. Practice the mysterious arts of Vimness and collect the treasure. For a bigger challenge, don't look at the keyboard, of course. So we start here. Practice using... Okay, so we start here. Practice using H, J, K, L, and you can't move through walls. So I guess it's like a maze. So I go down, I go here. I see. So I need to go up here and to the left, right. Okay, it's not the war. Something you could probably easily get used to. Up will be here. Oops. And down. And here's the path. So we go more down. Go to the left. Down and all the way to the right. Down, and we've got a treasure here. Okay. Bam. Treasure. Yeah, congrats. You're now rich and can settle in a beautiful ASCII palace. That's not a palace. That's a tower. The palace is missing. All right. Now that we've learned the most basic of movements, let's take a look at how you can make your editor behave like you are used to. Insert mode. Insert mode is where Nim focuses on inserting bits of text and code, just like a normal editor. Great. And Will Hess says, GG. You're skipping ahead. Before we started, I roughly went through a little bit of things, and I know that GG will take me all the way to the beginning of the file, I think. Right? GG. And there we go. And then I can use probably the Control D for down to get back to my palace. There we go. But it didn't move the cursor. Oh no. Oh no, it did. Okay. All right. So we were somewhere here. Type I to get into insert mode. And escape to go there. So complete the sentences, practice using I to get into insert mode, and escape or Control C to get into normal mode. So I want to learn Vim because... So I press I and normal delete and other keys work, right? Great. So I want to learn Vim because... it's supposed to make me faster and more efficient at coding. Okay, I like that I can still complete the, AI suggestions with tab. That's good. That's good. The toys are not going away. And now I do Control C to exit the mode, and I can move again. Okay. My favorite food is I. It's weird that I puts the cursor at the left side of the character. Let's go back, because I go to the right, as much to the right as I can. It doesn't even go. If I'll use arrows, the same thing. So I can't go further to the back. I press I, and I'm not at the last character. What the hell? I guess that allows me to do something in the first. Okay, this is a little bit confusing, but I'm sure there's a way. I'm not the first one learning it, so at some point we'll learn. My favorite food is whatever my wife makes. Okay, there's the best answer possible. I die for a... Well, right now I die for a sub. As in a sandwich, okay? Not a submarine, just a sandwich. Okay, if I went to a deserted island, I'd bring to a deserted island. Oops, wrong key. I go here. What? I hate that question because there's not a single thing that will just make it work. I'll just bring a. I don't know. Uh, uh, Japanese pool saw. How about that? You didn't expect that answer. Awesome, great job. A great tip to improve your keyboard and Vim skills is to map your caps lock. Yeah, we read about that. Okay, so we went through the first tutorial. That was like really easy. Okay. I can live with navigation like that initially. All right? So let's not go into fast motions yet. I want to first, let's close that, and we're gonna close that. And I want to try to start editing some code in this, with a simple just arrows, right? Because to be honest, I have never done or tried that really. Although I already know a few shortcuts that kind of would make it simpler, but let's just do a little bit of that, okay? So I was doing stuff and Surreal here, so basically we would need to now re-implement the sign-in thingy, because I know that I commented it out because see, I started pressing backspace because I have a habit. Okay, my cursor is here. I'm just gonna do this stuff here. So no can do. So we do I to insert mode, and now I can do this. And in theory, I could cheat and just stay in this mode, but no, I'm not editing. I do Control C to exit. This is gonna be hard to not cheat. All right. So send in response, error type, surreal sign in. Okay, so the thing is that we need to go to sign in, and I believe Control P doesn't work to bring up the tool, so I need to go, because right now the thing is that I don't know how to bring up the whatever file tree or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is just go to insert mode, and I can first of all turn this thing off, and Control P. Oh no, Control P doesn't work. Are you serious? How am I supposed to switch to files if I don't see them? Okay, that's the first strike. And hello, welcome back, Drunk Alcoholic. Good to see you. Good topic. Have you used Vim? Is it your main driver? Or did you try it and thought that, this sucks? Because right now it starts to suck because not all the shortcuts work. But, wait, I did Control K and I got a question mark. Escape? Okay, that worked. Control C. There we go, and normal mode. So I guess I need to use mouse now because shortcuts don't work. So let's go to our queries, and we were looking at sign in. So we're gonna do a little bit of modifications to sign in to start get the feel where I'm not doing too many wrong things. Drunken Alcoholic says, yeah, Vim type programs like NeoVim and most recently Helix. I like Helix better. Okay, I heard about Helix. I believe I even have it installed because I gave it a look and I needed to download it. Tools, Helix. And it opens up. Control plus to make it larger, that works. It's like just like Vim. Insert. Oh, look at that. Hello, world. Exclamation mark. And I do Control C. Control C types in. So it must have different shortcuts. But H to here, J to go down, up. Okay, so it probably has different set of shortcuts. Interesting. Yeah, I heard good things about it, other than having ugly colors. Of course, that's objective. Wait, objective, subjective? Whatever. It's my personal opinion. Yeah, I figured I'm gonna go with VS Code. Vim inside VS Code because I already have all the tooling. It's a little bit more familiar. I can move on around the projects, and this way I'll be less discouraged to use it, or maybe I'll be tempted to use it from time to time when I, do normal work. So, all right. So before I can actually do the sign in, first thing, Control S. Control S saved. Yes, Control S works for saving. Okay, that's oof. I was worrying that I won't be able to Control S to save. That's so funny. So sign in, but I need a template because I modified use. We're gonna put it aside for reference. Control B, of course, doesn't work. I Control B, Control C. Okay, there we go. So what on earth is going on? In the query use, I'll use my mouse to scroll text and sometimes select something because I don't know the shortcuts yet to scroll text and whatnot. And Drunk Alcoholic says that Helix is easier. I recon. Okay. Helix is easier. I might try it as I learn the basics. I actually heard the word Helix a lot when it comes to NIM developers. So, that says something. Sure, import that stuff is good. But what I need here is that this thing changes how it sends stuff. Okay, it does this stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go here and start using the keyboard only. So we have sign in, user and pass, okay, and here the params were as a JSON file. But now we need them as, go to insert mode, as a sequence of surreal value. That's gonna be the requirement for every single one. And now, Control C, let's start moving. Now it's okay. Oh. Wait a moment. What? So this here, oh, selection is weird too. So prior to that, we had a serialized to JSON where we have a list of parameters, and this is just an object. While here, we just have a list of parameters, and we send RPC method used and params. Here we have the same thing. I guess we need to look at the documentation, unfortunately. Drunken Alcoholic says, do the Vim tutorial. We'll learn it very quickly, or Helix if you are using that. Yeah, I'm going through the built-in Vim tutorial like plugin. I just learned the basic HJKL and insert mode. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of that to start getting the feel of switching into insert mode and back in and back in and back, because this is supposed to be habit. I know a little bit from just perusing through it about W, uppercase W, F, and T, about the slash and question mark for searching, the Control D and U for down and up, 0 for end of the line, $sign for the beginning of the line. It's just the thing that if I'm just gonna learn them all suddenly, I will forget about some of them. So if I'm gonna force myself first to just go over all the basic things, and then slowly add command after command, and force myself to use it wherever I see it, I'll already have the others covered. So I'm kind of forcing myself not to go too fast, because that's what I usually do when I do things alone. And then it's like, at some point you approach that wall of bouncing off way earlier. Because sure, I would like to do copying, pasting, do all the other things that I already can do outside of them. Okay, so I just needed the integration RPC protocol and the sign in. What was it? Sign in. Okay, so sign in shows as the syntax is just one after another, send them. Okay, one after another, just an array of them. Really? Params, and we just send those. Okay, I can live with that. So, so that's it. I think. Wait a moment. This is different than that. Okay. So I guess I can't do that. I need to send a list of parameters where it's an object. So, okay, so now that's why I'm doing it here. So I click somewhere here and go up with keyboard. So how are we doing, Drunk Alcoholic? What's up recently? Okay, so I go to insert mode and I will need to start changing things. As a reference, I'll take this one. So this is expecting a sequence, so we're gonna make it a sequence. So that's done. And I will temporarily turn off the disable. I'll just disable it for now. All the AI things, because they'll be kind of distracting me right now. So, oh, I'm not in movement, so I go Control C and I can start moving. Okay, so I need to use my super ugly triple thingy to format this thing. And I think that will be it, right? And we have user. Oh, user is a string and password is a string. Okay, so Control C. We go to the right and we do more of those things. And I'm so tempted to just go and grab the arrow keys. Control right, because I could do control right, 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 right. And I'm kind of there. But no, I finished typing here. So let's go to Control C and do the normal L, 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 L. Okay. Gosh, those lines are so long here. I'll decrease font a little bit. I hope it's gonna be still large enough for everyone on the stream, or at least most of you. I presume that most of you probably don't even watch what I'm doing. It's just I'm playing somewhere on the side, so it doesn't matter if you can see the code or not. At least that's how I watch streams. Some voice talking somewhere on the side that you hear when you get distracted. Narcalcala says, looking for a project idea for NIM so I don't start forgetting stuff I have already learned. As a hobbyist and programming is not my job, it's harder to retain what I have learned. Oh, yes, it is. I remember at some point, doing NIM just once a week and not touching it or just reading tutorials. Everything I learned just goes out. So yeah, I 100% agree. Project idea in NIM. Oh, there are so many. I don't know what to recommend. I can contribute to Surreal DB NIM. Okay, so what's next? So we've got this thing as a sequence of serial values. So yeah. So basically, this is a single serial value. Great. And it's a behind the scenes as an object. Good. Oh no, I started selecting and it went into visual. I click and goes, oh, look at that. So when I select with a mouse, it shows visual mode. When I click that way, it goes to normal. Huh, how interesting. So it integrates with mouse to some extent. Okay, so now we have response and we send the parameters and that should be it, right? It should be happy now. And then responses, if it's okay. And this is where things change. Because here I was returning for the sign-in surreal result of a string. And I was saying, okay, get string. What the heck? What does it return as a return value? Here it shows nothing, but it must return something. Oh, response always returns a token, even for system users. Okay, so we basically return a token or something? We'll see. So let's just go and change the return type to, let's change it to a serial value for now. Something generic. So I go here and delete that. It'll be serial value. Okay, Control C. And we go down and make sure that we actually return. So the thing is that response should be the serial value if it's okay. So we need to, wait, what? Return serial response string. Oh, what the heck is going on? Oh, because we need to return serial response. I'm just scratching my head. What the hell was I doing? Because I know that I made my own kind of result type, and I should probably start switching to the one provided by some other package. Forgot the name now, but we'll learn about it soon enough. So this will be serial value, and Control C. So you're looking for a project idea for NIM, but do you have some kind of criteria of what a project could be like that? Response okay, and instead of get string, it will be just the response, right? So I just do I and backspace it away. And Control C, and we'll see what happens, right? And down here, as an error, will be response error. And that's supposed to be serial error. String, what? I am so confused. What is the problem here? Type mismatch. So this is a feature, serial value, this. Well, it's supposed to be. Ugh, I hate those weird errors. So I'm gonna need to basically search for how the hell the error works. I'm gonna do control click, hopefully it works. Okay, look at error, result, T and E. So that's normal. String and serial error. What is serial result nowadays? It's just whatever type. Huh? I guess this error is something. Oh, it's serial error? Wait a moment. Okay, so this is supposed to be just serial value like it was there, right? Okay, so I do I. Oh no, because I'm visual mode, I need to click somewhere. Oh, this is so incredibly tedious for now. Serial value. And that should be it, okay? And I'm gonna go to insert mode, and what happens if I'm gonna select stuff in insert mode? Can I just comment them out? Yes, I can. Oof. I didn't want to do it manually. That's my excuse here. Because I think we're just using this one, and this should be good enough. I want to see if it works. So Control S to save. Unfortunately, it works. We go back here. And Control Shift P works. Yes. Yes, please. Run task. Run current file. Let's see if it signs in. No. Attempted to call undeclared routine. Sign in. Oh, yeah. Because we need to go here to our lovely queries file, where we can get our sign in, and oh, uncommenting works in normal mode. Okay, good. Great. So serial, Shift P, run task, run current file, and still complains on being undeclared routine. What the heck? Import queries. Oh, import but no export. Okay, what do we have here? The drunk alcoholic says committing any project ideas. I want to do something with a GUI framework. I did mess with the NI GUI, but it was very lacking besides from the super basic stuff. Lacking a lot of event handling. Oh, that's interesting. I never even considered for looking what NIM supports. And a underflow exception says you can use GCC to comment out a block of text. Not sure if it works in VSCode, VimExt though, but shoot, I'm gonna try it out. So I'm gonna go back here. We're gonna have GCC. It works. Look at that. Thank you for that. That's gonna feel less like cheating now to comment and uncomment. GCC. Okay, I can live with that. Kind of long. Oops, that was GG. GCC. Okay. All right. Thank you. So let's save it and let's. Really? Ordered not used. Of course it is used. Am I missing something here? Oh, I need my commas. Which again on the left, so I am forced to use arrow and comma here. Okay. And then I need to go up. And we're gonna go to the end of the line here manually for now. No big deal. Oh wait, these don't need the commas, right? So we should be good. Go back here and let's try that. What? 50, 30 queries. Invalid indentation at the end. What? What indentation? Oh, because I added a comma here. Oops. Wait, so what was the problem? Oh, I added into 2 spots. Is that it? It's funny how the fact that you're not thinking about the code, but you're focusing on how do I edit this thing, how to use the tool, suddenly makes you make a little silly mistake and get distracted. How interesting. Okay, we've got something. What is going on? So first of all, we received a message back. This is just encoded bytes, right? A message. We got ID 1, result none. Great. Switch the namespace. Perfect. And then we send our next query, which will sign in, which is a lot more bytes. Holy moly, where did all that come from? What? And we received, oh no, this is just received back from the server. Okay, because we sent very little. So this is, we got a response from the server, encoded in CBOR, and it's encoded as ID2 and result, and we have the result, which is just a string. Okay. Return result is just a string. Oh, so we just got a string back and that's it. That's awesome. And Drunk Alcoholic says Helix is easier. Control C is comment and comment code. How do you escape the input mode then? Other than escape key, because that's kind of hard to reach. Okay, so we got first success. So let's just jump in back into the sign in and we can basically go in and make it so that we're returning just the string instead of serial value. And I'm gonna, I really want to cheat, but I shouldn't. So we're gonna just make it a string here. Control C, JJJ, all the way to the beginning. And we are not using the shortcuts, so we are doing string. And I know this should be simple to replace. It will be even simpler for me in VS Code, but I need to use the simple tools for now. After we make it work, I'm gonna just continue with the tutorial because we'll learn goodies there that will speed up all this tedium a little bit. Hopefully I'll manage to, start picking things up a little bit quicker. And Control C, and we need to get here, and just because this is a serial value, so we need to go I and the dot get string, I believe. We even add fancy parentheses at the end, even though we don't have to. And the last thing is to make this type into string. Control C, Control S, and we've got plenty of errors. Oh, I see the first error. All the way here. We need to go to the end, and we are missing the bracket. Save, and what else? Response, blah, blah, blah. If it's okay, we do this. Huh? It's supposed to work, right? What's the problem here? Oh, because I replaced serial value in here like an idiot. Come on, up and to the left. And this is serial value. Control S to save, and now it's happy. So we can go back to this file and just say run it again, and we should get back return result and just a string. What did we get those? Brackets. Oh no. Unless I'm not returning it here. Oh, I'm just simply not returning. I just have sign and response. I can just do oh, sorry. I forgot I need to use Vim mode. And Dark Alcoholic says you just use escape or set your own. Okay. Or if you're in normal mode and don't want to go out of normal mode, hit space plus C or space C for block. Okay, cool. So there are some differences in basics, I guess, between the two. That's interesting to know. Okay, so we do insert and we just do echo response. I mean, oops, I use control backspace to do things that Vim probably doesn't do. Response. Okay, and we're just gonna do sign in response. There we go. So let's get out of here and save it. I don't know why it's complaining right now. Oh, because I did the comma here. We could do I and we do no comma. Why am I so confused by this thing? That wasn't it. Come on. Fighting with the habits. We need I first to insert. Okay. Then Control C, go to the end, which I do manually for now. I go to the right because it puts us on the left side. C, S. And I still don't know. Oh, because it thinks it's an error type. Some shenanigans got going on here, but association of this and that. Okay, let me take a short bathroom break. I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm back. So what on earth is going on here? Why can't I echo it? Because we do surreal sign in, right? And sign in. DB, yep, user pass. We've got that. Returns a future surreal result string. And it's an async. We do all that. We return surreal response. We are out properly. So, I mean, it's supposed to be okay. So, what is the problem here? Expression this and that has no type. It's ambiguous. What? Some dots and whatnot are unhappy. How do we call surreal use? Yeah, that's good. What the hedge is going on? It's supposed to be mostly on Vim, not on problems of Nim. Oh, now I'm missing the comma here. We go here. I, comma, C. Save. I mean, again, it shouldn't really work. Oh, wait, I already have the code for checking. I'm an idiot. I'm just straight up an idiot because I have the checking here. Is okay, so I do GCC, 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 and GCC. Okay, and this thing GCC to get rid of for now. But it shows as if this whole thing is invalid here. For some reason, this ain't happy. So strange that it just thinks it's wrong. Let's try to run it. And what will it tell us? It just runs it. Okay, so looks like this whole thing just isn't happy. So return result, and then we have sign it with a token, and we've got a token back. Okay, so that works. Let's just not trust this whole thing. Is it that the whole thing crashed or something? Who the hell knows? Close VSCode, start up from scratch. Maybe it's gonna work this time. Maybe. There's a slight chance. But ultimately, this worked. I am not gonna go and correct all the other stuff right now because that will be just kind of very slow and painful to watch at my current skills. Okay, this works. After restart, everything works. Great. So we can go back to run the command, learn Vim, and we go from baby steps to moving fast motions. Okay. All right. So we're gonna read the thing on the left again because, you know, it's supposed to be the main thing, right? Moving blazingly fast with the core Vim motions. Motions, as in movements, are how you move around in Vim. They are commands that, when typed, move the cursor around with high speed and precision. Sure. And there are many of them, and each one is best suited for different types and lengths of movement. I find they work great in tandem with Visual Studio Code native go-to features like go to file and go to symbol. Yeah, the nice thing is that we are still retaining some of those features. Here's a condensed list of the most useful ones and how to use them. Move horizontally word by word. Word motions let you jump from word to word in either direction, from left to right or right to left. As such, they allow you to move faster than the basic horizontal motions like H and L. You can use the W word command to jump to the beginning of the next word, like so. So W, and it just moves you from here to bam. Great. Likewise, you can use B to go back to jump to the beginning of a word backwards. So I guess if I will be at M, it would jump me back to H, and this would jump me back to F. Great. Hello, Raymo. I personally think VS Code and using the Vim Motions extension is a great way to get started. It's how I did. It's pretty overwhelming otherwise. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to with VS Code. So I have a little bit of comfort of, having the tools. And, I know how to open a file. I don't need to learn how to get to a file, how to search something, how to do something more advanced, because I wouldn't like switching between two editors. And here, for normal work, I can just disable the Vim extensions for now or something when I need to do something fast. But when I need to, when I can focus and do something like this, just, enable the extension. And there we go. We've got Vim in here with all the pleasantries. Okay, so B to back to the beginning of a word backwards. Use E to jump to the end of a word, and use GE to jump to the end of the word backwards. So I want to try something. Let me make it larger again. If I can figure out where's the somewhere, I can go to, wait, I can go to here, and now Control Plus will work. Yes, great. Let's just resize it a little bit. So right now, W will move me forward, right? To the beginning of the word, and it stops at those, all those sets of symbols. And B will move back, right? But so W are beginnings and B are beginnings as well. E moves forward but ends, and GE, right? GE just moves me backwards to the ends of the words. But what about the stuff that you use on Windows, which is Control right arrow, moves me to the beginnings of words. Okay, so that's like B and E, just arrows. All right, I see. Huh. This will require some getting used to the fact that I'm not reaching for arrows. All right, cool. So let's keep reading, because this is simple. Learn the commands with the help of mnemonics. Vim has a humongous amount of commands. That's what scares me. In time, when you become an experienced Vim user, the commands will become second nature, reflexive, and automatic. At the beginning, though, you need to learn them one by one. A great way to learn Vim commands is by using mnemonics, like associating a letter to a word that is easier to remember. For instance, you can remember that W lets you move from word to word by associating it with word, or B lets you move to word backwards by associating it with back. It's kind of back and beginning, because when you think about it, if I'm here in the middle of the word, W moves me to the next one, right? But E moves me to the end of the word, by B moves me to the beginning of the word, right? E, B, E, B. So end, beginning, end, beginning. And then it just keeps pushing beginning, 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 beginning. And because beginning moves backwards, you're moving backwards, right? And end pushes you to the end. Okay. I like it as backwards. I mean, as beginning. But it's both. Following this technique, you will find that you can learn and recall a lot of commands with little effort. Good. All right. This is exciting. Words and words. So W, B, E, and GE let you move word by word in Vim. But what is a word exactly? A word in Vim is either a sequence of letters, digits, and numbers, or a sequence of other non-blank characters. So these are 4 words, right? We have commas, we have this and that is a single word as well. That's why when we got here, like the beginning of things, I press W, I'm at the beginning of the dot, just period. Then another B is the beginning of those 2 asterisks, and another W is the beginning of motions, and that's how it goes. Okay. And I guess they all operate on that thing. But Vim also has the concept of special kinds of words with letters, digits, and numbers. That also includes special characters like period, parentheses, etc. They're called words, a couple of words, in Vim jargon. So this is a little word. This is a large word. I wonder if it also has some option to go around what do you call them? parts of the word, because it's common that when I'll say something, I don't know, let, and that will be a variable, some kind of variable like very big number with no purpose, right? I could have something of this sort. So the beginning will take me here and it will just jump between the whole thing. But what if I want to go to just number? I know that I could just do Fn and I'm here, sure. But I could also, with Windows, I could just do, Control Alt and just move around them, which use the same buttons for left and right. I don't have to remember some other shortcut. I don't know. Maybe the F thing will be good enough. Huh. Curious. Okay. Words are particularly helpful to us programmers because code often has a lot of them. This is a word. I am a word and something in parentheses. This function calls something is also a word. This array, bam, is a word as well. Yeah, so this will be basically the whole thing will become a word. I guess this whole thing will become a word. So I can see it forcing some people to put spaces between parentheses and whatever's inside, just to be able to go inside quickly or something. Huh. Interesting. Interesting how that could make somebody like some languages and their styling choices more than the others. If you want to move word by word, and a couple of ones, the big ones, you can use the capitalized equivalents of the motions described earlier. So capital W, capital B, capital E, and then we have G and capital E. Okay, so this G is kind of like a common modifier, seems like. So if I will go here with W, I'm just moving in those little sections. And then with capital W, I want here, and I guess it will take me to the end of it, will be the period. And then it's gonna move me to all the way here. Yes, and that's how it goes. And Shift B will be to the beginnings. Okay, that's nice. And Drunk Alcoholic says G is go to. Oh, that's go to. So GCC is go to comment the comment. I guess to some extent. GC maybe is like another set of modifiers. That's funny. Oh, I'd go to. Alright, that makes sense. The GG will be for the beginning of the file and whatnot. Okay, good. Thanks for those tips. This is really helpful. In general, word motions allow for more precise changes, while word motions allow for faster movement. Yep. So move to a specific character. So this is the powerful one. This is like the bread and butter, right? Find character motions let you move horizontally quickly and with high precision. Use F character, find, to move the next occurrence of a character in a line. For instance, F quote sends you to the next occurrence of a double quote. If your target is behind the cursor, you can use the capital F character to find the previous occurrence of a character. Okay, so this is the same pattern where, no, it's not actually, because capitals weren't for going in the opposite direction, while here basically shift is the modifier to go in the other direction. Interesting. So, as I was saying, if I wanted to go, I'm somewhere here, I want to go to the B, I just do FB and I'm here, or FP, or capital FN. Oh, and again FN. Come on. Oh, capital FN. Oh wait, they both need to be capital. Okay, so this is case sensitive. So I press little n, F and a little n, it won't do it. If I'll do F and capital N, it will move me. Okay, all right. Ooh, F and here works. Okay. Shift F, L. Okay, good. Okay, this will get some getting used to. Just the fact that you need to be precise about typing so that you don't mispress something. All right. Okay. You can clearly see how F is faster and more precise than using word motions by pitching one against the other in an example. All right, good. So now my question is, I hope we will have equivalent of Ace Jump for like, JetBrains IDEs, because Ace Jump is a plugin that allows you to, wherever you are, you do control semicolon, and it waits for you to start inputting a name of something like, motions, and it will start highlighting motions, and right next to that, it will tell me what key to press to actually jump to it. So if that was the feature, I'll be very happy. I'm just wondering, hoping for things to exist. Okay, so in addition to F, Vim also offers T, which is until command. Use T to move the cursor just before the text occurrence of a character. Think of T character of moving your cursor until the character. Okay, again, you can use the capital T character the same as T, but backwards. If the difference between the F and T commands isn't quite clear yet, here's an example that compares both of them. Yeah, so one moves and highlights N, one, the F will highlight the parentheses if we're looking for it, and T will highlight the N if we're looking for parentheses. So, oh, I want to do the parentheses, but I want to select from probably here to somewhere. So that would probably be the reason. So T is really useful when you combine motions with operations to perform text changes, as you'll soon discover. For instance, you could delete everything until the parentheses and change it for something else. Okay, just like I thought. After using the F character, you can type semicolon to go to the next occurrence of the character, or comma to go to the previous one. Okay, I don't like that they are not next to each other, but maybe my fingers won't mind after 30,000 hours. You can see the semicolon and colon as commands for repeating the last character search. This is nice because it saves you from typing the same search over and over again. Okay, so we already saw that if I was somewhere here, I was looking for, F capital N, and oh, it's not this one. I'm still looking here. I'm not seeing it. I can just go and press semicolon, and oh, there we are. Or comma to go to the previous one, and I can just jump around them. Can I go to, let's say, up? Wait, up, and still do the search? Yeah, I can. Okay. Oh, I like that. So, so it has kind of memory. So let's say I do Shift Fn, and I can keep repeating that either in. Oh, so now the semicolon navigates me to the left because last time I used Shift F. Huh. So Fn, and suddenly they switched. Oof, that's confusing as heck. But okay. It's something to get used to. Curious. Okay. But navigation still works normally. I can just go here and start searching for ends because it remembers that. Okay, good. It's just for one character, so no big deal, but yeah. Okay. Alrighty. On notes, melodies, and chords. Vim is quite special. If you have used other editors, you're probably accustomed to typing chords of keys. Yeah, like multiple things at the same time. And that's not only just editors, that's just every program in existence. I guess most of them. That is typing a combination of keys at the same time. For instance, Ctrl-C to copy, Ctrl-V to paste. All of them is no stranger to chords. It relies even more on melodies of keys. A melody is a series of notes played one after the other. If you think of keys as notes, then melodies of keys are keys that are pressed one after the other in rapid succession. So, when you read that you need to type F character to find a character in a line, that means that first you type F and then you type the character. Yeah, the character. These two keys are thus played as a melody. Yep, that's a nice way to describe it. I like it. Using melodies of keys is the most common way in which you interact with Vim. And although unfamiliar and kind of strange, it is very convenient because controlling the editor suddenly feels like you're just typing text. It's also marvelous for your wrists health because you no longer need to rely on complex and unnatural key combinations that strain your poor joints. Great. I'm sold. You know, I another thing that it doesn't kind of mention is that with those chords, all those control shifts and alts, they kind of sound like modifiers, and you tend to just try the same key with various ways. But when you make melodies, one thing after another, you can have two shortcuts with the same keys, right? Because, you know, you could have command GC or CG, so that's already double. And also what means that you can kind of make a hierarchy of those things in your head because, you know, like Drunk Alcoholic mentioned, G could be understood as stands for go to, so you know that G and something else after that is for going somewhere, right? So suddenly you're thinking of whenever you're something with G, okay, so it's move, so it'll be something with G and something, and you start getting the hierarchy of more of a directions how to get somewhere rather than I need to do all those things at once. So I like it. Or exactly 5G or 5GG. Yeah. So that's really nice. I like that way because it's easy. I think it will just make it easier to remember tons of shortcuts because suddenly part of the shortcut gives you some kind of context. And then you still have room for modifiers because you can have capital or lowercase g if you have to. Okay, that's awesome. So we went through a little bit of those basics. Move horizontally extremely. To move extremely horizontally, let's. Yeah, I want to move extremely horizontally. Sure. 0 moves the first characters of a line. Okay. I mean, sure, it's close by, but oh wow. So this clearly requires you to have your proper position of your hands on home row. Because you need to just have that thing in your hands that you always go to 0 and you don't miss it. Or that the caret that moves you to the first non-blank character of a line, which I see used even more often than this one. Where the hell is that? Here. Oh dear. Wow, that is a stretch, to be honest. I mean, I'm on a ergonomic keyboard. So I would need to go and reach all the way here. And that's far away. Yeah. But maybe I will get used to it. Or maybe there's even better way, just, you know, Shift F to go to the something. I don't know, we'll see. The dollar sign, which is on number 4 or something, yeah. Moves to the end of a line. And then G underscore moves to the non-black character at the end of the line. Okay, I actually got way better at writing underscores thanks to Surreal2B, so I'm not complaining about the underscore. But okay, so basically you need to be good with your fingers and proper spots so that you can always hit them without scratching your head. Which key was it? So I'll need to get back into that. Okay, but that's good because the problem with coding with proper positions with something, you know, finger positions was kind of difficult when you're using all the other shortcuts is because you constantly need to do something, your hand constantly goes to the mouse, and you're constantly losing the proper positions with fingers, and because of that, it's just more difficult to maintain it. So yeah, those two good things for you benefit each other. That's great. Okay, so we have 0, caret, dollar sign to end of the line, and G underscore to move the non-blank character at the end of the line. Okay. Drunk Alcoholic says, yeah, the cool thing about Vim is from what I have seen, there is always more ways than one to achieve the same outcome. Yep, I heard about it to some extent. From that time, I'm watching, videos from Primagen. And not live streams. I'm live streaming, but I'm not watching live streams. And sometimes he says that, recently he's really into this specific method of, copy and pasting, because he does this first, then that, and then that. It's like, okay. So, that's interesting in its own. Yeah. So yeah, that's good, because if you have multiple ways of doing something, as long as they are not fighting with each other, that means, one person will prefer that, some other person will prefer that, right? Awesome. So I went through moving horizontally extremely. I just want to try it out, although no, we'll try it out here. So moving vertically. Starting from K and J, we move into faster way of maneuvering vertically. The curly brackets. This one jumps entire paragraphs downwards, entire paragraphs upwards. Okay, what is a paragraph here? That's a good question. Control D lets you move down half a page and up a page. So down, up. Okay. None of these are my favorites. But they'll do for the time being. Okay, so there are better ways to go up and down. In the custom mappings chapter, you will learn how to create a custom key binding for the ultimate mid-range vertical motion. Good. So, this is bad for checking the paragraphs, because this is markdown. This whole thing is a line. I want to see an actual file. So if I'm here and I'll do curly bracket, it moves me here, here, here. Okay, so if you're leaving spaces and no spaces anywhere else, you can kind of jump around your functions. Okay, again, based on formatting, so that's not great. What I like, for example, in JetBrains software, I believe it's Alt left and right, or Alt up and down, don't remember now, but you can basically move, more semantically between actual semantic definitions, like tab draws you slowly outside of something. Control W would let you select. If I will press Control W here, would select this thing. If I will press it again, it will select this thing, and outwards, depending on its knowledge of the actual language. So I wonder if those things exist as well. That's another thing that I'm wondering about. So that's that, and then we have Control D to go down. Okay, that's okay. So we see the Hello Vim world here, and now it's up here. So you can kind of scan by half the screen. Okay. Okay, I see. I like the half the page, not like page up and down. And here actually that's half a page for some reason. Maybe that's the difference, but yeah, that's awesome. Okay. And then we had that's it, yeah. So high precision vertical motions with search pattern. Drunk Alcohol says, I'm pretty sure you can move between procedures / functions. I don't know them, but I'm sure they exist. Yep, okay. So if you're sure that this exists, that means probably for sure they exist. Somebody did that at some point, because I wouldn't be the first one to want that. But for that, you'll probably need LSP or something, I presume, because each language is different. High precision vertical motions with search pattern. To move vertically even faster, when you have target in mind, your best option is to search for that target with the /pattern and $pattern commands. Okay, use /pattern to search forward inside a file, or $pattern to search backwards. Where the pattern fragment will often be a string literal, the name of a method, class, or variable, but can also be regular expression. If you're near your computer, try typing search command right now. You'll discover that you type a search command any bit of text with the file that matches the pattern is highlighted. As you continue typing a pattern, the highlighted areas will be updated and reflect the new matches. When you find what you are looking for, tap enter and your cursor will jump to the first match in the document. Okay. There you can perform some editing if you want and later use N to jump to the next match or capital N for the previous one. You can think of N as a repeating search. Okay, great. So let's say I am somewhere here and I want to go to hello Vim world, right? So I do /hello. Okay, this one is the first one highlighted. Press enter and there I am. And I want the next one. I press N. 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 Okay, that's good. And capital N to go back. So, oh, there's lots of hello Vim worlds here. So what if I'm after it and I do /, which will be question mark. Hello. Okay. Press enter and it's gonna get me to this one. So now the question is, N will repeat it backwards. So they switch again. N, oh, so N goes backwards again. So those N and capital N, they depend on which command you use to search first. Okay. If you search backwards, N will be repeating backwards. If you search forward, N will be repeating forward. Okay. I'm not sure if I like it yet, but maybe it's something you get used to. Okay. Enabling highlight search. It seems that it already works, so that's good. But we can check, right? Let's just go to this one. Preferences, because I don't know the shortcut works. Vim.hl search. Show all message of the most recent search pattern. Oh. Go to preferences and enable it. How different will it look now? It just keeps searches highlighting them at all times. /hello. I mean, it looks the same, so. Okay, don't know what changed, but maybe what means that it just keeps doing it. Who knows? All right. Vim loves saving you time. Type /enter or enter anytime to run the last search, forwards or backwards, or use start to do a search for the word under the cursor. Oh, that's nice. And # to do the same backwards. Oh, so I can just do below and just do asterisks. Wait, here and here. Oh, okay, I like that. So this is a little bit closer to Control D, which would first select and then another one would search for the pattern of selection and like add it to the selection. Here, I presume I would do that in a visual mode or something like that in the future. That's good. So I can just do, you know, I want to see if there's another words. I do here and I can go backwards. And it's case insensitive here. That's interesting too. So this one is case insensitive. But if I'm gonna do / and do words, it does nothing. Oh, because I search for words. It shows it down here on the left. Interesting. Words. Okay, so this is case insensitive. Good to know. I'll start typing words. Ah, so if I'll type everything lowercase, it's case insensitive. But if I will do start with capital, like WO, now it's sensitive. Word. And there's no such thing. Words. Okay, that's interesting. So it kind of tries to help you out. All right. Okay, I really like those two. That's good. It's good to have that because that's something I use so much. Like the most common shortcut that I use in non-Vim is Control D, where I just select something and select next occurrence so I can quickly just do a few things and I already have them as editing and I can just do fun things to modify. So that's good. And Ash says, no, Oh, NOH to turn off the current highlights. Oh, this is a command. So I do this thingy, the famous colon. NOH, no highlighting. Enter. Okay, so let's say that I searched for hello, right? I go here, and then I do NOH. Oh, it doesn't toggle them. Doesn't toggle it back. That's interesting. How do I toggle it back? Oh no. Huh. Hello. Oh, and they are all kind of grayed out. I go here, and the moment I move, oh no, they're still here. That is so strange. But when I go to this mode and escape it, oh, they are back. So I go to this mode and NOH, and they're not there anymore. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Thank you. So it basically clears the current highlight. All right, that's awesome. Very, very awesome. Thank you for that. So moving faster with counts. Okay, so we're getting already to counts. Okay, this is moving fast because from, quickly perusing through some YouTube tutorials over the, years or whatever, we actually cover quite a lot, and this is simple. I thought Vim was supposed to be like difficult or something. And this is a long lesson. Holy macaroni. So we're here and moving faster with counts. Counts are numbers which let you multiply the effect of a command. You can use them by prefixing any command with a count like so. You have count and then command. For instance, 2W allows us to move the cursor 2 words forward. Would I ever use that? I am not sure because that means I would need to actually count the words, but maybe something switches in your brain at some point and you actually start thinking that way. Interesting. 5J changes your cursor position to 5 lines below. 3 lets you go to the 3 something lets you go to the next third occurrence of the character. And 2/baby sends you flying to the second occurrence of baby in a document. Okay. At least from your cursor. In general, use count motion to multiply a motion that many times. Okay. Relative line numbers. A great way to move vertically within Vim is by using counts in combination with J and K motions. But sometimes it can be hard to know how many lines you need to jump to get to the desired position. That's where relative line numbers can come in quite handy. Relative line, oh, that makes sense. Relative line numbers show line numbers in relation to your current line. If the current line is where your cursor is resting, the line below would have line number 1, the next is line number 2, and so on. Using relative line numbers is very straightforward to see how many lines you need to jump to get where you want to. Just take a sneak peek at the relative line number and use it as a count. You can enable relative line numbers in VSCode configuration by going to preferences. Line numbers and relative. Oh, that would be fun to enable. Sure. Settings. Oh, that's not helpful at all. Does the shortcut work? What was it? Control comma? Oh, it works. Okay. Line number. Line numbers. A relative interval. Line numbers are rendered every 10 lines. Oh, that's... No, thank you. Look at that. We've got... Okay, so we have which line we're at. And we can do that. Okay, so I would say... to go up will be what? K. So it will be... I want to go to line number 7 up. So it will be 7K. Okay. 10J. 4J. Okay. So let's go to 1K and then 1, 2, 3, third word with capital. So 3, capital W takes me... Oh, the other one. Because I was already on the first one. Okay. We'll see how useful that is over time. Something tells me this will be something to force yourself to use once you're comfortable with probably like selections and other stuff. And we still have 2 more things. Moving semantically. Okay. In addition to the previous motion, which don't really take into account the meaning of your code, Vim offers additional bindings that take your code semantics into considerations. Use GD to jump into the definition of whatever is under a cursor. Oh, that's what I mean by semantically, to take you across multiple files. Okay, and use GF to jump to a file in an import. In an import. No idea what that means. Jump to a file in an import. Let's just try the definition. So I go to my serial, right? I will use the nice search function to go to... wait. What was the shortcut for search? Slash switched, right? Wait, I want to go, for example, to look at the new serial DB connection. So I'll just do slash new serial and GD to go to definition, and there I am at the definition. What if I'm gonna do GF? It just opens a new file with the same name. Okay. And the Drunk Alcoholic says at the top where you import it. So let's say, so I imported WebSockets, right? This might be depending on what the language is supporting, I guess. So the new WebSocket is inside WS, so I don't think this will work here. The GF, yeah, it's just gonna create a file like that. Interesting. I would need to check it out in a different language. I guess we could do that quickly. Wait, let's go to some different projects. You know, let's say... do we have something JavaScript or something? This one should work. A larger project, DB sync, and I know that I have DB sync loader. GF. Nope, that just makes a new file. What the heck? GD is just showing this, I guess because it's here. So what I import? I imported Surreal or define collection, right? So I have import as a defined collection. So can I go to, it's not occurring with an asterisk. There we go. So I got here. I should go GF. No, it just creates a file. So I don't know, maybe it's some specific languages. Not sure. Let's get back to our nim project, wherever that was. Wait, is it like Control R? Oh no, now it doesn't work because we're in Vim mode. So most useful shortcuts are gone. No. Okay, we're back here. Let's open our Learn Vim again to this part. Come on, load it. What the heck's going on? And we scroll down to here. So yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Maybe one day I'm gonna look it up. And some more nifty core motions. These are yet more motions that can come in handy from time to time. Tap GG to go to the top of the file. Yeah. Use the number of the line and GG to go to a specific line. Use capital G to go to the end of the file. Oh, this is gonna be useful. Actually, both of those will be useful. And type % jump to jump to matching parentheses. Okay, I like that. So let's say we're in... I mean, in nim will be less useful because there are no parentheses, but in something else for sure. Good. Great. And as a summary, oh wow, okay, we learned a lot. Blah 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 blah. This is just doing that. So find characters and motions have repeaters that let us repeat less search. We can use them to jump a little bit more quickly. The concept of repeaters is a common theme in Vim, and you'll learn many of them throughout the book. Train yourself to rely on repeaters, and you'll become more effective for it. Okay, you can combine counts with motions for greater effects. Our brains are slow at counting, so you should limit the use of counts only to short jumps. Yep. Because, you know, when you glance at something, in theory, your brain can just internally, without thinking, count out to up to 5. I guess that's why we have 5 fingers. So, yeah, pretty limiting. When using counts with vertical motions, it's nice to enable relative numbers and consider enabling relative numbers if you haven't already. Great. And next thing will be now let's move on to another foundational block in Vim that will allow you to edit text like if by art of magic operators. So, okay, that's gonna be the exciting part, right? But I need to go through this part and actually test out those motions to start reinforcing, do some coding, because, you know, this is like a million shortcuts already. And if I'm not gonna start using them and actually forcing myself to use each one of them, I'm just gonna forget them. All right, so we still have maybe half an hour, so we should be able to finish that and maybe some other random stream. We're gonna continue with Vim. Okay, we have the commands. Commands are actions that have effect in our editor. Okay, so something like W is a command, I guess. Okay, that wasn't mentioned on top, I think. Motions are command. Oh, so motions are types of commands that you use to move around in normal mode. You soon learn that they are capable of a lot more. Okay, good. So we've got some terms that motions are types of commands. So it's time to practice some basic motions to move blazingly fast around the editor. So I'm just gonna keep going with J, or maybe for now J. Okay. Remember, we navigated with those. Yes, moving horizontally word by word. So using W and B, go to the end of the following sentence and back. So we just go with W, yep, and then we just go back and forth with B. Okay. I mean, that already feels like second nature. You know, this is pretty good. I'm not disliking that. It's just, I'm realizing I'm using the wrong finger. Okay. Something interesting? Yes. This will be about the words and words. Yep. So, okay. Yep. See, the backwards jumps over those as well. Okay. We've also had concept of special kinds of words with letters, digits, and numbers. So this will be Shift W to start going over those larger segments, right? Yep. Okay, and Control B to go back. Notice the difference, obviously. We read through that. And now we basically can go either with W, right? I'm not a word, and it goes here, and here, and here, and here. Okay. While with capital W, we'll just go and jump over the whole thing all the way to another this? Yeah. Okay. I see. So we can skip the whole sum something. Now try combining WW and BB in the next example. So start here. So we go down. Of course, I need to go one to the left to force it to stay here. Okay. And what do you want me to do? We didn't get any tasks. Just try to go around them. So yeah, W, we go here and here. Okay. Okay. This is gonna take some getting used to. Yeah, because you go here. This skips over this whole thing. So you will need to go here. Okay. Okay, I see. And with Shift W and Shift B, it's gonna go over the whole thing. Okay, makes sense. The Drunk Alcoholic says, I tried GF and actual Vim and it worked. It is based on the import name being the name of the file. Oh, okay. So that's why it wanted to create the whole file for me. Like, oh, open this file, and I don't know if it maybe expects it to be in a some directory, possibly. I think. Maybe. This could be a shortcut to just create a file with that name that you just typed in. Back from the times where coding was a little bit simpler. And it's, yeah, we're gonna create a file with the same name. Now not so often anymore. Okay, so in the general, word motions allow for more precise changes. Yes, we learned that 30 times. I don't know why this is repeating over the same thing. Now let's try something different, like, you know, going to the ends of the words and going back. Okay, GE, GE, GE. And I'm sure there's a way to repeat that, right? That's a lot of GEs. I could just do backwards, 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 and then just press E to go to the end of the thing. That's less typing. Just like W and B, E and G have equivalents of words, so just capital ones, yes, 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 let's skip that. So now we have find forwards and backwards. So we'll try it here. So inside the same line, right? So I go here and I want to go to the parentheses, so I do F parentheses. Okay, that's nice and fast. I like that. And go back with F to go to, let's say, H to our hello. Beautiful. I mean, this is awesome. We're gonna use it so much. F and this bracket, and then I can just do semicolon to go to the next bracket. Yeah, perfect. And then what was it? Percent, which is under 5? Yeah, to jump between brackets. Okay, I think I'm gonna get used to that. So let's play a game, right? Jump around using F and capital F to collect all the letters in a circuit below. So we do F, F, J, capital F, D, F, X, oh, F, capital X, capital F, O, F underscore, oops, this is the underscore. And I just said I was getting better at it. Yeah, I'm glancing at the keyboard for the symbols, so that's very, very, very wrong of me. I'll need to go through the typing tutorials again to get back to go all the way to the symbols and get back to, you know, proper typing. Okay, so you can clearly see how F is faster. Of course it's faster. It's a million times faster. And we have the T, so the T character, so, you know, if up here I wanted to select the capital T, but for some reason I wasn't thinking I just need the last character before the thing, so I just do T, this, and bam, I already have it selected. Yep, that's simple. So we can do the same thing, but instead of typing at the dollar sign every time, we can just do capital F. Oh, so if we're going in this direction, it's not gonna be it. Ah, look at that. So if I'm gonna do T, F, it's gonna select the thing on the left. If I'm gonna go from this direction and do Control T, F, it's gonna be basically the last character till that on this end. Okay, I see. So I should have started from here. I can just do 0, right, to go to the beginning. Perfect. So we do TF, right. We go capital TD, perfect. TX, T, oh no, capital TO, T underscore is the same, really, the same characters. T bracket and capital T, this thing. All right. All right. That's good. So after using the F character, you can type this, the semicolon or a colon to move around. This is nice because it saves you're typing the same search over and over again. Try it yourself. So the thing is that all I would have to do here, for example, if I would do it myself, I just do F $, right? I found it. I go here and I just do comma to go here and find it. I go down and do semicolon, go here. Yeah, and comma, semicolon, semicolon, comma. So that's nice and fast. Okay? I like that. Okay, and moving horizontally extremely. So we have the 0, then we had the caret, which was first non-blank character of a line. $sign is the end of the line, and G underscore is the end of the line. I mean, 0 makes sense. It goes to the 0 character. The caret, kind of random. The $sign for the end is even more random, especially that considering from the US-based person, $sign goes usually in front of the amount. And G underscore, non-blank character at the end of the line. Sure. I like the end button. I like the home button. I got good at using that. So experiment below. So, we start at the beginning. So we do 0, right? We go to the end. So the end was supposed to be $sign, right? Bam. Okay. And, it stays at the end. Oh, I like that it stays at the end of each line. Ooh, that's nice. Very nice. So it says it has some things at the end of the line, but clearly doesn't. So I'm gonna put some here, and that's it. Okay, so we go up. So the $sign will take me here. Okay, 0 will take me here. Here $sign will take me here, and 0 will take me here. Okay, so now here I would do G underscore, if I can type underscore for some reason, and look at that, it didn't go further, so that's good. And the caret, which is this one, will take me here. Okay, this will really take some getting used to those random symbols. Yeah. Ash says underscore serves about the same purpose of the caret and is more ergonomic in my opinion. Okay, so I could basically go up here, let's say go to the end, which will be G thing, or just $sign. Yeah. So I can just do oh that's so much nicer. So we have G thing to go to the end and just underscore here. Yeah, this is way more ergonomic. Thank you for pointing that out. This is so much nicer. And if I'm gonna, by the way, is somebody aware if it's normal that if I'm at the end of the line, right, I have the semicolon kind of selected. If I go into insert mode, I get cursor in front of it. Is there a way to have a cursor at the end of it by default? Because that means I need to reach out for the arrow key to go to the right. And now I can add my spaces. And a Control C. So underscore will take me to the beginning without the trailing white space, and then the G underscore will take me to the end. Okay, I see. A to append to line. Okay, so append to line will be basically Shift A. That takes me to the end. Ah, okay. All right. So this will be, yeah, because that's the only case when I would actually want to go to the right of the cursor. Okay, thank you for that. This is very helpful. Wow. Awesome. Now I just need to remember all that. Oh no, I pressed C and now it probably wants some other commands. Escape? Oh, escape clears it. Good. But it says recording at W. What the heck? Escape, escape. I don't know what the recording is. I must have done something wrong. What the hell is the recording at W? Huh. Little A? Oh, so you're saying that I could do little a to go to the right side to insert on the right side of the W. Oh, I see. Or capital A to go all the way at the end of the line. Oh, this is so nice. Thank you, guys. This is awesome. All right, so let's move forward because we kind of start figuring those out. We just want, instead of this, we want that because it makes more sense. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I'll use Control D to keep moving down. So now moving vertically, we have those keys, the paragraphs. So use paragraphs to go down by chunks. Okay, so I see. Those paragraphs are pretty nice. I like that. As long as your code isn't like super long. And Control D is when you want to go visually rather than some other way. And you will be right here. Okay, I like that. So now high precision vertical motions. So we have the search, right? Let's take a search. Let's take searching for a spin. I've taken to farming lately, but I'm not very good at it. The field has a bunch of weeds and a lonely cucumber. Try using search to get your cursor exactly on that cucumber. And remember that in order to execute a search, you need to press enter. So just do slash cucumber. What the hell is going on? Slash cucumber. Enter. There we go. We're on a cucumber. Easy peasy. Great. In order to get search highlighted, you may need to update to screw you. Awesome. Slash cucumber brought you exactly to what you need to. You don't need to write the whole thing. Great. What would be great also is to have a fuzzy search like that. If let's say, you know, if I would be able to, let's say that I have, you know, a very long name or something. Okay, let's say I have that and this is like in a file coding where we have lots of code. And I will be able to do slash, wait. Oh, a period just repeated the thing. Oh, that's interesting. And it repeats the whole insert. Oh, that would be very, very nice. Ooh, I can see already so many ways to use that. But let's say I do slash and I want to go to a very long name or something. So AVLN. That's what I would like to type in. It just takes me there. Because it's often where you would search for something inside a file where you want to go to it or select it, but you don't remember the name, you just remember it was a very something. And I just tend to use fuzzy search like that a lot. So, you know, that's something. I'll be curious about that too. You know, I'm just thinking aloud. Yeah. Okay, so little a is after the cursor. Yep. So I is in front of the cursor. A is behind the cursor. Great. So awesome. We did that. You can try that. So much faster, right? If there's multiple, but we could also shift these things to again go to cucumber backwards. Okay. And we can repeat it with N or shift N to go back. Now, yeah, if we're gonna search for cucumber and we can just, with N, we can go around them. Okay. Now type N to go backwards. To the top of the field, blah, blah, blah. You can use the question mark. Okay, we learned that. When changing the direction, N and capital N also change direction. Okay. Try typing question mark and press enter. We did that. Okay, the pattern in slash pattern doesn't have to be a string literal. It is a regular expression. Oh, the mighty power of regular expressions. Try using the following search command to find second level headings in this document. Notice how when you get to the end of it, we'll start back at the top. Go through the whole document until you find the next title. Okay, so we just do slash, not this, slash. I'm glad that Ctrl-Z still works. So we search for ## space dot star. So we want ## as in we search for those two, and then we have space after that, and we have dot as in any character, and then star for any number or 0 of the characters. And now with N we can just keep moving. Or not, sorry. I need to press enter, and then with N we can just keep moving. Okay. And it just goes until it goes back from the beginning of the file. Okay. Sure. All right. I'm liking that. And it was NOH, enter to clear it. Beautiful. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. Counts are numbers which let you multiply the effect of a command. Count and command. Try them yourself. Type 2W to move towards a head. So we just go to the word and... Oh, that was so nice. Wait, what did I just do? I was here. I /W. No, that's not what I did. I didn't use the slash. Somehow I did FW. Okay, that's awesome. So here I just did 2 words, 4 words, so we're gonna get to the 2. So 2W. 2W? Oh, because the period was counted. Okay. W. Yeah. Oops. Undo. Why am I in insert mode? What the heck? Let's go to 0. Yeah, FW. Yeah, I said FW because I want to start at the beginning of the word, but I guess I didn't have to because W will already take me here too. Yeah, that's nice. Or I just typed in W. And that's it. That's probably what I did. I missed something. I just typed in W and I just got there. Okay, million ways to do something. And minus goes here. Plus goes down. Okay, I just by accident learned that the hyphen, the minus goes up. And plus goes plus. For no reason there's binding for that. Okay. Okay, good. Type 3W, 2W. Yep, beautiful. Try 5J to jump to find by 5 lines below. Yeah, we're gonna go to number 5. So 5J. Okay. So in theory, I could just go here if I want kind of faster scrolling, right? I do 5J, and I just... Wait, what can I repeat it with? Can I just repeat period? No. Okay, this doesn't have like repetitions or anything. Okay, so that's not it. Yeah, so I guess we can't really repeat those with one button, right? Okay, they're finding an array within an array. So let's say we're here, so we can just search for the bracket and then repeat that search with colon, and maybe a third one. Okay, that's good. Or here we just say 3F this, and we go there. It's just, I don't see myself thinking like, oh, this is a third bracket. Yeah. Okay, try jumping to the second number with 2 slash, oh, second cucumber. Enter, and we are here. So I will need to go down first, slash, whoops. Can I do slash and control C to go back? Yes, I can. Okay. That's good to know that control C also cancels the command. So I'll do 2 slash cuc, and I'm there. Okay, cool, right? A faster way to move around up is to combine counts with J and K. You can enable relative line numbers. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Moving semantically. In addition, we got the GD to go to definition and GF, yep, and some nifty ones. So GG, of course, gets us to the beginning of the thing. Shift G will be the end, right? Let's just go command U to go up. Okay, and then we could go to line 300. 300. Oh, like commands show in random spots sometimes. 300 GG. Okay, and we're line 300. Okay, good. Okay. And now we have the matching, and that's it. Okay, good. So on TypeScript, you know, F this, and the percent will be just find the matching at the end. Yeah, nice switch. And if I would go to do on the right, I just type A and hello. Oh, that's awesome. Or just Shift A to just go to the end of the file and start typing there, which is awesome. Okay, that's awesome. Or 0i, and I'm already here. Okay, I like that. I like that. I can get used to that. I don't have to do home and end and shenanigans with those, because they are usually a little bit further away than right under your fingertips. Okay, this is good. I'm actually really excited. Okay, so I think we can start going to the real fun part. The editing magic. Editing like magic with Vim operators. So what the hell are the operators? So motions aren't just moving. They can be used in combinations with series of commands called operators to edit your code at the speed of lightning. And the Drunk Alcoholic says, nice work, mate. I think you will pick Vim up in no time. Thank you, Drunken, and thank you, Ash. I'm hoping that for that too, because I'm kind of starting to like it. But I guess before reading this, I should actually train myself to use those a little bit. So I'm gonna force myself now to not read more. And just let's go to our query sign in, and let's try to do the same thing as here, but now with the new tools, or like with a little bit more practice, because we need to just go over this thing. And I'm just gonna go the easy route, select everything, and do Control/ to uncomment, because that'll be a little bit too much work. I guess we're gonna get to the editing a little bit faster. And Ash, yeah, get comfortable with your new level knowledge. Exactly. So with this thing, I just remembered that we just need to replace our string with something else. So in this case, I'll just do /string and just do I. And this will be... Oh no, we actually need the string. Sorry. Excuse me, because we are returning just the token. So that part stays. What doesn't stay is this part. Oh, look at that. I just went to that percentage by just pressing those multiple times. What I can just do Shift F%. The hell did I just do? Shift F %. And that, in theory, should be a nicer, faster way. And delete works here as well. Interesting. So we just do I. Oh no, this will be just a sequence. So we can just go here and I'm pressing wrong keys at all times. A sequence of surreal value. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay. That works. Now we need to go to this guy and I pressed U and weird things happened. Use undo, I presume. Okay. Use like a long-term undo. I guess undo the whole last insert procedure. I want insert. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. And then we need to go to the namespace again, serialize it, and we FU. Sounds funny. And at some point I need to make it a little bit more automatic, but for now I just want Seaboard to start working. So C. And here I just know that this is a second because of 2 passes, so 2FP. Okay, that wasn't bad. I percent space C. Okay, so we've got that one done. And therefore this one should be fine because it just takes the parameters. It's still object with an object. Response is okay. Return as a string, but not this. We are Control Z. I is on this finger. String. Okay. Is it really it? Is it really that's it? Let's save it and let's see if it. I mean, we will need to log in as something else. So let me just repeat that once more. Let's see if this GCC works if I have it like this. GCC. Whoa. Undo. GCC. Nope. I select G. Oh, it does 13 GC. How interesting. So this basically did that, and when I press G, it says 12 GC. GC? C. Me confused, but oh well. I think I still have right to be a little bit confused about things that I haven't touched yet. So all that stays the same. The only thing we need here is to go to F%, make it into whoopsie. Insert mode, please, so I can actually start coding. Sequence of surreal value. I know that I don't really need that, but I feel like I could use that. And now I don't have a way to move right, so Control C, L, sure. And I want on the right side, press A. Okay. I might probably get in a habit of pressing A rather than I most of the time because it feels like my hand knows a bit more where A is rather than which key is I. Okay, so I'm doing, what the hell am I doing? Serialize this, FN. Oh, but now I. It's a little bit more handy because of how F selects. I will need to start using T, and this is becoming harder because F is right under your left fingertip. Okay, Control C. I do 2FD. No. Just you FD. and press period. I'm learning. 2FU period. 2FP magical period. Gosh, that sounds so wrong. Okay. So we've got that going. Response should be happy now. Why isn't it happy? Harms is highlighting. Ooh, because I made an oopsie. So let's go shift slash param. Ugh. And there we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Params. Okay, better. And here I just need to go to F and this thing and repeat it. Insert ing. Okay. This ain't bad. I'm starting to learn. Okay. So, what if I will go to the line? So this will be, how the hell did I change to go up number of lines? I just do 13K. There we go. Then I'm gonna do 15 GCC. Kind of. Okay, I'll just GCC this guy, and we're good. Okay, getting things worked. Not sure how this GCC works yet. I think it's a little bit related to the magical C, which I know is cursor things. That's cool. Okay, this is kind of fun. So the only thing. Oh, look at that. This one is different. What's going on? Sign in as a record user. Params ns db ac, and we do stuff there. How does it differ? Because we had all that, the same stuff here. We create an object params. Oh, because we put in query params, which is some kind of query params object. Oh no, I was doing weird stuff. So I click here and do GD. There we go. It's a table. Okay. I mean, if it's, oh, but it's just a table. Okay, so it's just a table. So that's good. So we could, in theory, keep this as it is, right? We don't need this part, that echo thing. Why does it look as if it broke everything out of nowhere? What? So let's response. So now we're trying to serialize it that way, as a sequence of parameters, and we just have that object inside. Okay, so we could probably just fix it relatively easily. So we do f%, and we just replace it with, let's make it a sequence, and then instead of just params, we're gonna say serialize it to serial value. But because serial value doesn't know how to serialize query params, we can teach it, right? So I'm just gonna save that, go to our, so it'll be, where is it? Here, query params, right? GD, and we have this. Do we have any serialization of query params? We have. So what we can do here is just insert. Yeah, I don't have knowledge of how to insert enter or something. I'm sure there are some options for that. But we're gonna insert here and we're gonna make a proc serialization like this, params, query params, right? And we're gonna return serial value, which probably isn't imported yet, and we'll just return serialize params dot table, and that in theory should be it. In theory, but you can see that it doesn't know that serial value is there, so I can just do GG to go to the beginning, and I was experimenting. Oh, yeah, oh, there's something under it. Okay, so that's great. Import, and where on earth did we have it? We are inside types. Oh, so just import serial value. Control C, save. Okay, I can do delete here. No, backspace, no. I need to actually go in and do delete and Control C and save. Okay, good. And here the paragraphs would work really nicely. Yep. What's the problem here? Oh, it doesn't know how to serialize a table? Really? I need to inspect that because this doesn't know. Oh, because it would need to be an order table. It doesn't know about that. Okay, I see. So serial value, we have serialization somewhere implemented, I hope. Not here. So include values. So if I would want to go into shared, I just do df or gf. Will that work? No, it won't work. gd, no. Why would I have it in shared? Oh, each one defines its own. That's what it is. So this thing to surreal record ID, I need the map. And I just give it a value. Surreal object table. GD. GD. Definition of it, please. Surreal object table. Where are you defined? GD. It doesn't work for this thing, so it might be in just overall in our surreal value, right? Table. Yeah, order table. And the drug alcoholic says little o is insert light below, big O is insert light above. Awesome. Thank you for that. I remember experimenting with that at some point because I was like, oh, I mistyped instead of I pressed O. It's like, oh, okay, so this is below, so shift O up and something like that. Okay, so thank you for confirming that this is purely that and no other magic behind it. Where do I have serialization of the table defined? Because the map serialization of serial object table. So serial object, and it just takes that. So oh, because it just does that. We are not even serializing. Oh, okay. How do I change? How do I switch one thing to the other? So we go to query params. No, to query params. And this complains about that because we can't do it. To switch normal table to ordered table. Is there a nice shortcut for that? Oops, I used an arrow. Oopsie. So let's just press Shift O. There we go. Thank you, Drunken. So I would basically, let's do it in a crude way. Let. Oh, I guess we need to do var. Order table is what? Init ordered table, right? Okay. And do we have a parameter here, like size or something? Initial size. Oh, look at that. So we can just define it. The initial size will be the params dot table dot length, I guess. I hope that works on a table length. I mean, it should just count how many keys there are. And that should be that. And oh, we just need to specify. So shift F parentheses I. We need to specify that it's from a string to what? This is an ordered surreal value. Okay. That's what it needs to be. Well, our query param is built to be from string to string. Okay, this is inherently wrong. I'm just commenting that out because this is not something I actually want to have. This is confusing as heck. On sign in, we need to convert those parameters into something. So let's just say that, oh. Okay, let's give up on that now. Let's just move on to the rest of the motions. I want to get through the last chapter because I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'll just need to do something where I'm scratching my head a little bit less because I remember this being a weird special case. It was doing weird stuff with JSON, and now it's no longer JSON, so I need to go over that separately. But at least some other things work. Okay. So we're going to not whatever I just pressed. Control Shift P, learn Vim, and we need to go to the editing like magic with Vim. Okay. So the motions aren't just for moving, they can be used for combination with a series of commands called operators to edit your code at the speed of lighting. Sure. You can use operators and motions together by following any of these patterns. Operator, count, and motion. So I guess perform the operation over the count of things. Or, you know, perform the operator on a motion, but repeat it however many times. Okay. So operator, an action to perform like delete, change, or yank. Okay. And then the multiplier to perform an action that many times. Okay, count, motion. Okay. So I guess if I would yank number something, yank as in copy, that would mean that I'm copying a segment of that many lines. Whatever the motion is gonna select, right? Like let's say J would go down. So let's say 5 lines. If I would switch it to 5, operator of 12 of let's say 5 Y for yank, and yeah, 5 yank for the operator, and then 5 yank operator, and then J motion. That will mean that I just copy it 5 times, separate line each time. Interesting. Yeah, yank is Y. Yeah, I heard about that one. Haven't used it yet though. They probably have their own rules. Okay. So this is a multiplier, and this is a motion that represents a bit of text to which to apply the action defined by the operator. So the operator determines which action you want to perform. A count allows you to multiply the effect and a motion here. For instance, the D2W. So D is, I guess, delete. 2 will be 2, and W is words. So combination allows you to delete 2 words. Literally, delete 2 words. Beautiful. D corresponds to delete operator. Okay, since D is an operator, you can follow the operator count motion formula to combine it with all the motions you've learned thus far. Perfect. So 5DJ, delete 5 lines downwards. But if I do DJ, is it gonna delete the current line or is it gonna delete something else? I need to see that. So let's say that I'm gonna write a few temporary lines, right? Insert blah, 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 and maybe a few more times, blah, 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 and blah. There we go. So I've got those. Because J and K just move up and down. If I do, you know, like DW, I'm gonna remove that word, okay? Delete 2 words. There we go. No problem. But if, wait, I pressed F for some reason. DJ, Control Z. DJ, remove 2 lines. I guess the one I was on and the next one. What if I'm gonna move to this moment? DJ? No, it's still remove the whole line, 2 lines. Interesting. So D5J, delete 5 lines downwards. So it will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the whole text at the end should disappear, but I think my current line will disappear as well. D5J. Yeah, so it removes 6 lines after all. Type DF apostrophe to delete everything in the current line from the cursor until the first occurrence of the character. Okay, interesting. So DJ is D1J. Yeah, exactly. But I can't delete the current line unless I do D0 to, okay, to the beginning, the underscore to the end. What the hell just happened? The underscore. The G underscore. There we go. Drago says this is why relative line count in the editor getter comes in handy. Yeah, absolutely. So you can quickly delete several lines. Absolutely. But if so I need to plop myself on the line. Let's say I want to delete those 3 lines, right? So that means I need to position myself somewhere here, right? Like I'm here. And if I want to delete this one and 2 other lines, I need to do D2J. And only now it worked. So even though I'm deleting 3 lines, I need to do 2. So that's the confusing part. And D on its own, oh, D enter. No, D enter. Nope. DD. Oh, DD. Okay, that works. DD removes the line. VD. VD. Okay, VD removes a character. So that might be your helix stuff. If I do DD, that removes it. Okay, so like double D just says, you know what? I meant just this one. D2J, it was gonna do D2D. Oh, look at that. D2D. That removes lines, including the current one. So if I, if I'm on this line, I want to remove all the way to the line 5, D5D. There we go. Oh no. Oh yeah. All the way to the 5, I need to D5D. Now we're missing one. D5J. Worked. What the heck? D1J. Oh, so that means delete until line 5. Oh, that's what it is. So I'm just... Yeah, now it's registering. Okay. Like I want, you know, from here to all the way before the editing, I would just do D6 K. Yeah. Okay. I see. That makes sense. With D itself, it's just, oh, I want to delete 2 lines, D to D, and that's it. Without me looking at the left. And V means visual mode. Yeah, I press V and it's right here. Yeah, but... oh, Ash... Oh, hello, CPN. Where did you come from? Oh, Ash was saying that VD deletes a line, but in my case I press V and then D, it just removes that one character. It goes back to normal mode. Interesting. V... Yeah. Interesting. You just got here. Awesome. Welcome back. Long time no see. And it seems like I might be attracting some Vim users because, you know, we have 2 long time... what do we call you? What do we call you? People who watch me, who watch the streams. Viewers. We have 2 long-time viewers. UCPN and the Drunk Alcoholic, unless you, Ash, are just watching from time to time and never saying anything. And you both are familiar with Vim, so that's crazy. Okay, must be VSCode thing, use NeoVim. Interesting. Oh, so that must be NeoVim thing. First time seeing your content? Okay, welcome then. Yeah, I'm first time actually doing something with Vim here. Okay, awesome. So this will delete everything in the current line from the cursor. So yeah, if I wanted to, I'm somewhere here, I'm gonna say remove to this E. So it'll be D, F, E, including the E. Okay, so I do D, T, E, and now I did that. Okay, so that makes sense. Suddenly, you know, in a code somewhere here, I need to do a bunch of stuff. I want to remove all this. I need to remove from here to this one, D, T, to this thing. Oh no. What just happened? D, T, 2. Oh, no. I'm making a mistake. D, 2, T, this. D. Oh, I'm in insert mode. Dear God, what the hell's going on? I was supposed to be here. D, 2, T, bam. Okay, now it worked. Whew. That's some getting used to, but okay, I'm seeing it. Like, you know, I have this ugly thing here. I know that I have the other bracket somewhere on the right. So I just do D to the other bracket and bam, clear. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, wait a moment. Does percent work if I'm not on a bracket? No. So, wait. Because if I'm on a bracket, I would be able to just do around them, right? D and percent removes the whole thing, including the brackets. Interesting. Okay, this is getting powerful with those modifiers. I'm liking it. I use Helix and Vim extension in VSCode. Okay. Dragon said, I don't know. Helix has an extension for VSCode. That's handy to know. Oh, I meant Helix editor. VSCode doesn't have Helix extension. Oh, yeah. So you basically are rocking both VSCode with the Vim extension and the Helix separate. Okay. Let me show you something. Bam. I haven't installed. I have never used it. because I opened it and it's like, oh, I hope to look more familiar, but I guess you need to know some Vim or Helix to start using it. So that's that. Funny. Okay, so let's continue with that because we have some things to go through. So yeah, delete with F or with T, which is now extra handy. D/hello to delete everything until the first occurrence of hello, or type DG to delete complete document. Yes, I want to do that. GG to go to the top, and DG to delete everything. Okay, that works. Or I could just do Control A and delete. Which is 2, but then I would need 2 hands. Here I can do it with 1 hand because deleting a complete file is that handy. But yeah. All right. And Drunken says, okay, yeah, I do prefer Helix over Vim. And Spian says, yeah, I wish I can have Helix key bindings in VS Code. Okay, so I'm hearing there's lots of Helix key bindings, love, and I think on their website there's some K word that they're using for some different name of their motions. Like they have their own set, I guess. So that's interesting. And I can see that you both are kind of familiar with both Helix and NIM, so I guess it's not that difficult to switch in between them when you get to know things to some extent. Okay, great. Okay, so what are these? Oh wow, we are getting so many tools. This is so good. So Vim operators. C for change. Oh, so the C is not cursor, C is change. D for delete, Y for yank as copy, P for paste, equals for format, and G tilde to toggle case. Okay. So C, change. Change deletes a piece of text and then sends you into insert mode so that you can continue typing, changing the original text into something else. The change operator, excuse me, is like D and I commands combined into one. This duality makes it the most useful operator. Yep, 100%. Just say, okay, I'm here, I want to delete and replace, basically replace something. Yeah. And doesn't mean that if I'm going to, let's say, go here and I want to do C to change, and I just do L, and this should select both stars. Bam. Oh no, that just did one. Undo. So wait a moment. I go C to K. Hi! Exclamation mark. And end exit. I do F star. And can I just do period? What the hell just happened? It replaces things. Oh, it replaces 3 letters. What? We are on this, so A. Oh, no, it does that. Okay. Huh. I just discovered something. So in theory, if I wanted to go to the to replace all the star things, I just do right now slash star enter, right? Then I do, because I want to make them with underscores or something instead of this thing. So I do C to L underscore C, and then I do N to go to the next search, period, and period, and period. Oh, this is nice when you get used to it. Oh, I am going to like that. Yeah, and then you probably just do, repeat however many times you want, and there you go. Ha. Okay, loving it so far. That's cool. So I'm glad that by accident I found the period thing, because it's still not being mentioned as repeat last input or whatever. Not even input, I guess last modification, because it worked with the I, but because C already invokes I, that means that's gonna get repeated. This is fun. Okay. All right. Yang copy in Vim jargon. Okay, so I can basically say, and P is put in Vim jargon. So I guess if I want to copy the Vim, I just do Y 3L, right? I just copy those three characters. And I can just P. Okay, so wait, what? Vim. Oh, so it places it here. Huh. But it doesn't move the cursor to the next thing. If I wanted to probably shift P to... No. I don't know how to place it at the end of the line because I can't paste something at the end. There must be some magical thing to do. Interesting. Huh. Wow, so much stuff to read. Cocoon or something. Yes, that's what I heard. Helix binding are more logical and easier to remember for me at least. Okay. And CPN says it's another modal text editor. Okay. And now Ash says I'll probably check out Helix bindings and need to redo my config soon. Okay. And CPN says there should be a way to have multiple cursors and matching characters. And the big P. I tried to do the big P to paste at the end, but still doesn't. It does the same thing as P. So that might be the difference between Helix and some other stuff. Right? And I do $0 to delete till the end of the line without deleting the line. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, so even though some combinations don't work here exactly, I'm starting to like this thing so far. This is fun. Sorry, big P equals before cursor, or little p is after cursor. But P just... Wait, deletion just yanks it? What? I didn't copy this thing. I didn't do Y. I just did delete. So if I'm going to go to, for example, the word U, right? And I'm gonna delete 3 letters. And I just do P, it just pasted it. Okay. So when I press P, it pastes it. Oh, it pasted to the right. Okay, so I'm just... Yeah, I was just being confused. But at the same time, if I would go somewhere here, like paste it here. Okay, it's still just pasted inside. It doesn't replace anything. I guess I was being confused here by where the cursor was. Okay, good. So yeah, that's an annoying thing. De-yanks it. Okay, so I can see it as could be annoying and try to be good as well. And what is DP? So let's do put a new line under it. And DP. DP. I don't know in what context I'm supposed to try DP. I mean, wait, GD. Oh, GD is definition, right? Oh, GP. GP is to paste it after the first. Oh, okay, I see. So I found a parentheses and it just pasted after that. So if I'll go here to the end of the line with the $sign, and I wanted to paste it with extra space, will it put in extra space for me? No, it won't. Okay. But I could do... Wait a moment. I can do GP here, and it's just gonna be after the first character. Interesting. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm liking that. Gosh, there's so much. So we checked out the change. We checked out the yank. Put as in paste. Mm-hmm. And G tilde. So I could say that I'm editor and I want to select until the period. So be the T period, right? So we're gonna do... Wait a moment. G tilde. And then we do T period. Okay, good. Wow, this definitely needs some muscle memory. But okay, but this is powerful. All right. I'm seeing why people like it. C also yanks the text, I think. So with the C, because C goes into insert mode, you think that yanks it? Oh, maybe. Oh, so we could have two separate things. So let's say I go to this word and I do CFD, right? And I replace it with like hello. Okay, so I can go down and P. Yeah, it yanked it. And nonetheless, I can just, so the moment I pasted it, the period started replacing it with whatever I pasted last time. But if instead I would go to this one and let's say this long word, right? Oh wait, I can just do... Okay, so let's do C. Then we're gonna do T until the space. Okay, so we just yanked it and replaced it with like hello there, exclamation mark, right? And we exit it. So the moment I go somewhere and press period, it doesn't do that anymore. Why was I able to do that before with like period to just repeating that? Interesting. I can only paste whatever I had earlier. Okay, I don't know what I was doing. I thought that the period was the last thing that I typed in or something. If I'm gonna go to input mode and say hello there, exclamation mark, exit it. Yeah, come on. End. Period will... a repeat... What? Period repeats something. Period repeat command. You did a paste put before you did the period. Okay, so this is not... No, for input it would be just input. For C and replacement... Oh, I see. So okay, so if I did something like here where I did C T space and I end it. So I can go here, press period, and it's gonna replace that word with or there's just that age with... It won't do it, but I could just go here and it doesn't work anymore. Oh no. But I guess to some extent it can repeat those. Interesting. It just would be interesting to know what clears it, because that would be like extremely super duper powerful. Or just save those things as, I guess, macros to some places. Okay, so switch cases, lowercase to uppercase and back. Alternatively, use GU to make something lowercase or GU to make uppercase. Okay. Oh, and tilde just switches each letter around? No. Or does it? I go to operators. I do G tilde till the star. Oh yeah, it reversed them. So O became lowercase, operators became uppercase. Okay. Shift right adds indentation. Oh, okay, and enter just says that. 2, enter. Go here, 4. No, 4 here. No. So adds indentation, removes indentation. This is interesting. Do I need to like press enter because I do this thing and it waits for something? FO? Unless it just means how many lines? Indentation. Let's say 3J. Okay, that's what it does. I see. So which lines? Okay. And format code is format code. I just do. I mean, it won't make sense. Okay, I'll need to find it at some point. Great. You can use these operators much like you use delete, so that c/hello changes everything else to the first occurrence of hello. Copies the whole document. Okay, that's handy. GGYG. GUW. So GU will be uppercase and W is the word. Oh, W. I'm such an idiot for forgetting that the W exists. So that's the thing. Yeah. GUW. That's it. Oh. YW. And P to just paste it. Oh, how lovely. Okay, this is good. This is really good. Huh. So I'm here. Yeah, this is getting tricky because if I wanted to copy this whole word now, if I would just copy it as backwards, right? So I do YB, and then I go here and paste it. I copied it without the last letter. So if I wanted to actually copy it from here, I can't, at least normally. I would need to go to the beginning of the word and then yank till, the whole word. But that's gonna probably work. Oops. Oh, come on. O, C, and P. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, operator W is a fun combo, definitely. I will just need to figure out why is the word U highlighted? Because I searched for it last time. Yeah, I did the shift / U. So why? Why? What is why? Paste. Oh, a whole line. That's nice. Yeah, but that's for a whole line. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, I'm at the end of this word. How do I quickly select that word? I guess need to go to the beginning of the word, then yank it, and to the end. So, E for the end of the word, but that will not yank the end of it, the last letter, right? So I do P for paste. Paste. Oh no, when I pressed E with yank, it actually got the whole word. Huh. So I guess E just works in a special way here. But if I was here, let's say, key. I was here, right? So this H is highlighted. If I do yank B to the beginning of the word and say paste, yeah, that H isn't there. But what if I was here, I pressed E to go to the word and then yank to the beginning? Will that be the same effect? Yeah, the same effect. Okay, so there's no special thing there. The only thing is that if I'm in the beginning of the word, I do yank till the end. Then when I put it here, it just brings the end. But if I would go with yank to the next word, then if I'm gonna paste it, let's say here in the beginning with Shift P, the space has been copied. Okay, all right. I think I'm starting to get it. Okay, what do we have here? So YY is copy the whole line, which is nice. Yank word under cursor. YIW. Ooh, YI. Or YAW. Interesting. I need to try that. So let's say I want to copy the hello, right? I switch to something crazy, W. So let's paste it here. That's right. It copied the word. Did it copy it with the space behind it? No. Oops. Shift P. Okay, this is awesome. YIW. Huh. What about the magical YAW? Y? A tries to do something. W. Ash says yank inserted word is the mnemonic that I can think of. Huh. I paste this here. I mean, come on. O, C, and then paste. Okay. YAW worked as well. Okay. All right. This is interesting. I don't know what the difference is here. Probably the same thing. Oh, YAW copied with the space, while YIW copied without the space. Ah. Huh. Interesting. So it kind of makes sense because I inserts in front while A inserts behind. So in theory, if yank is from here to here with I, selects the whole word, but with YAW also yanks the whole thing. So, okay, I see. So one could just say, you know what, I want to move that DDAW out of here. I would probably do CAW to cut it out of the space and oops, and then simply go somewhere like, you know, I want to place it now in here and just Shift P and I have it placed with the space. Okay, this is very handy. Yank inserted word is the mnemonic. So yeep. There's also YIW for the whole for the big word. Yeah. Yeep. YE end of the word, but YE. Wait. Yeep wouldn't work because if I would do YE, it was basically already yanked till the end of the word. So that's one command. And then A would insert go insert mode and P would just paste. I mean, it would just type in P. So if I would, go somewhere here, Y, E already finished the command, and A, and then P. Oh, that was, yeah. Oh, and I'm reading as a command. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. And CPN says, I tried Emacs once, but the key bindings there are wildly different. And Drunken says, oh, add Vim bindings. This is why I struggled so much with Vim, and only when I moved over to Helix, I did start to make sense of me. Okay. I mean, for now, the Vim stuff makes sense for me. So, when I get comfortable with Vim, because that's what I already started with, then and I won't be confused by all this stuff anymore. Then I'm gonna look at Helix and compare. And is it true that what I understand is that Helix has its own spin on those bindings? And they probably, what I would expect, they don't go to that crazy extent as they do in Vim. Therefore, they were able to cut off some of the, crazy stuff and left with something's relatively normal, right? And that's probably what makes it easier, I'd say. Start from scratch. Or does it still have like the full capabilities of what Vim is capable of? That's what I wonder. Okay. So we've got all that. Operator, shorthand, syntax. All these operators provide additional shorthand syntax aimed at saving you typing and increasing your speed with common editing tasks. Okay. Double an operator to make it operate on a whole line. Okay. That's what I started learning. DD deletes a whole line. CC changes a whole line. Capitalize an operator to have it perform a stronger or alternate version of its default behavior. Capital D deletes from the cursor to the end of the line. Oh, okay. Just like that. Like capital D. Oh, like instantly. Oh, wow. That's nice. There we go. C changes to the end of the line. Capital Y, just like YY, copies the complete line. Oh, just the complete line. And P pastes something before the cursor. Okay. Notice some command keys make a lot of sense. I did. Operators, motions, and other commands in Vim are generally easy to learn because they make sense and are easy to guess. Want to change something? You probably want to use C for change operator. Want to move word by word? Try W for word. Want to delete something? Try D for delete operator, and so on. Operators really shine when we combine them with a special class of motions called text objects. Okay, we're just going crazy. So CPN says, I prefer Helix, but Vim is popular. And Drunken says, Helix kind of selects the word first, then the command, and Vim does the command before the word is selected. And CPN says, yeah. It took me a while to make sense of the way Vim does it. Okay, I see. I see, so it's usually this Helix is more classic thing. You select first and then you do operation, and the Vim is the opposite. Okay, probably in wild simplification. So taking editing up a notch with text objects. Text objects are structured pieces of text, or if you will, the entities of a document domain model. Okay. What is document composed of? Words, sentences, quoted texts, paragraphs, blocks, HTML tags, etc. These are text objects. The way that you specify a text object within a command is by combining the letter A. A, text object plus whitespace. Or I, inner object without a, oh, look at that. That's the thing. So A is the text object plus the whitespace. That's what we discovered. I, inner object. So this has nothing to do with the With the caret, it just says in or out or the thing plus a white space, although we kind of made it make sense in a different context. Inner object without white space, with a character that represents a text object itself. Okay, so IA and then text object ID. So these are text objects. Oh, so we did I and W to basically take inner word or something. Okay, so word, S is for sentence, P is for paragraph. Okay, so we have another use for P if it's not used as an operator. Block surrounded by this, block surrounded by that, or Q, or quote of text is one of those. Okay, what if I have some kind of crazy bracket and want to select that? We have this. Oh, so B is just for those, capital B is just for those, and these are special, and T for tag. Okay, so if I'm gonna work with some weird language, then I don't have access to those, or maybe I make my own. Huh. So in order to delete different bits of text, you could try any of the following commands. DAW, digital audio workstation, to delete a word, plus trailing white space. CIW to change in a word. DAS to delete a sentence. And this is to delete something in double quotes, including the quotes. Okay. And the I, this deletes only the contents inside the quotes. Oh, I see. Okay. So that's why A is the object itself plus, and this is without white space. So I guess, okay, so the surroundings. All right. CI to change something inside double quotes. The AP will be delete this thingy, and in this case the whole paragraph with white spaces behind it, I guess. The AB, or yeah, bracket, curly bracket, I see. T was to, excuse me, HTML tag. How does it differ depending on a language? Because this is a command that is very specific. SCIT to change the contents of the HTML tag. Okay, so if I have a sentence, doesn't mean, what is a sentence here? DAS. DAS. Oh, from here to here, and the P is considered to be the end of the sentence? What the heck? Is it like semantic sentence? From whatever, I'm somewhere here. Delete from here to here? Oops. DAS. Oh yeah, it is. Huh, so I guess editing a normal text kind of makes sense either, also. Strange. So combining those text objects will produce extremely powerful. You'll find yourself relying on them very frequently. Stuff like CIT, this and that. Yep, brilliant. Let's just say we want to change the contents of the string below for something else. Okay, so in that case, I would just say, you know, CI and somewhere from within CI the thing, and I'm changing it, right? So can we scroll to something like that somewhere here? We might have those examples. Like this one, right? I want to change the insides of this thing. So I just do C, I, and a double quote, and we say walala. That's nice. Okay, that's nice. Yep. And right there, I'll just do Control W and start typing. Yep. Another Control W to grow around it. All right. EU type CI this and hi, and becomes this. Yep, that makes sense. Just like that, you don't need to grab the mouse, select the text, and then write something else. You just type it. Yeah, what I like at it is just forces you that you need to do everything through keyboard because you can't do everything with the mouse. So it kind of forces you to stay with the keyboards, which is nice. Notice how most Vim keys are placed near your fingers. Yep, the fact that blah blah blah. I mean, not all of them. Yep. And the text EU being highlighted kind of bothering me. Okay, let's do, what was it? No H. Oops. Wait. Exit edit mode. And we do, no, wait. No H. Okay, it's not highlighted anymore. Okay, there you go. Repeating the last change with the dot operator. Okay, so Vim has yet another trick to store for you, aimed at saving more keystrokes. The magic dot command. It repeats the last change. The dot command allows you to repeat the last change you made. Imagine that you run dd to delete a line of code. And now let's say you've warmed up to removing code. Oh wait, so this is the last change. So it could be deletion, could be edit, could be paste, right? Okay. Okay, now let's say you're warmed up to removing code. Removing code is good. The less code you have, the less you need to maintain. Good. So let's remove another line of code. Now how would you do that? You could type dd again, but even better, you could just press period to just single keystroke. Okay, you have one keystroke. So what? Tough crowd here, I see. Well, you can use the period command to repeat any type of change, not just a single shortcut command like dd. For instance, you could change a word for awesome like CAW to change basically a word, and you just type in, I would do CIW in my opinion, if he's not typing a space after that. CIW, awesome, enter. And then repeat that whole command with all those keystrokes by just typing a single dot. Think of the possibilities. The period command becomes even more useful if you get in the habit of using text objects. Text objects are more reliable than other motions because you don't need to care as much where the cursor is positioned. Last commands with text objects are far more repeatable and therefore work beautifully in tandem with the period command. The period command, or the dot command, sounds better, works great in combination with the repeat search commands. Imagine, we already tested that, we figured it ourselves. There we go. Search for cucumber, delete the word, and just go on deleting the words. But then something tells me there are better ways to do that. Although with this N, capital N, you could just quickly skip the ones that you don't want to delete. More shorthand, text editing options. So, gosh, this is just pumps you with shortcuts. Holy moly. I think I'll need to, I mean, for sure we're stopping after this text because it's way too late. My wife is gonna kill me. But I'll need to practice that because this is, oof, holy moly. Okay, this is repeating, right? This makes sense. More shorthand text editing commands. In addition to the operators you've learned this chapter, Vim offers a series of shortcuts to operate on single characters that can be useful on occasion. They are: X is equivalent to the L and deletes the character under the cursor. Okay. Capital X is equivalent to the H, which is deletes the character before the cursor, so basically backspace. So this is the delete button, this is the backspace button. Okay, makes sense. Ah, that's why some software like Blender just uses X to delete stuff. Okay, and it looks like an X. S is equivalent to CH. Change previous line. The character under the cursor. Wait. H is going backwards. What? How does it change? Wait. S. Okay, so it just replace the current letter and do something, right? S and I do H. And I need to exit the mode myself. So that's not CH. That's a mistake. It's supposed to be CL. S is basically like CL. CL. There we go. Huh. And tilde to switch case of single character. Interesting. Whoops, not that tilde. Shift. Oh. I guess not here, because Windows doesn't like tildes. As usual, all the above supports counts to operate multiple characters at once. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. So, I just need to change 3 characters. Yeah, so I just do 3S. Oops. 3S. What? Stop, and I do 3S. Okay, it works. Okay, good. Good. Okay. And undoing and redoing. Okay, finally. Sooner or later you will... First probably time you try to type something. Sooner or later will come a time when you will make a mistake. Admit it. It ain't perfect. Nobody is, and that's alright. You needn't worry though, because Vim has your back. Type U, and you'll undo your last change. Type Control R, and you'll redo it. Or just Control Z, it still works here. Okay? I'm gonna stick to Control Z probably. It's just embedded in my bones. My finger bones already. Okay, summary. Motions aren't just for moving. Used in combination with operators, they let you perform operations on text with ease and amazing speed. You apply an operator on a motion by using the key melody. Some of the most useful command operators are D, C, Y, P, and there's probably a bunch more. So this is a nice way to have incremental knowledge and just experiment. So that's nice. When you double an operator, you make it operate on a line. And those couple of these are modifiers. Okay. Text objects, paragraphs, and such. Yeah. And text objects, we have also surrounding with modifying with A and I. That makes sense. The dot operator, which is awesome. It just would be nice to know. I guess any kind of change is gonna clear it. So yeah, it'll be nice if we'll be able, if it's possible to kind of have maybe last 3 changes modified, or like, hey, I don't want the last change, I was the one before one, and switch to that, because that will be kind of fun to use that history in some way. And this way you could keep track maybe last 2-3 things you were doing, and you can just go through code and just quickly do them. Yeah, just repeating and semicolon sometimes will make mistake. I need you to undo. There we go. Okay, cool. And the next thing will be the Vim secret, which is the secret language, and I guess you can reuse all the motions you already know and do a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna read it out now, even though I really, really, really want to. Okay, my head is pulsating with all the letters we learned today. It's like, we're back in elementary school, so that's awesome. It's just different news for them. So hey, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your help, Drunk Alcoholic, Ash, and CPN. It was really, really helpful to have you guys. And yeah, I don't know when I have next stream about Vim, because I think this will be kind of like a filler where I feel like, you know what, today is the day I'm gonna do something. Tomorrow we're gonna continue with our NIM, but without Vim, so that I can focus just on the library. Because as you saw, there's a sneak peek. It actually works. It connects to the database, and the Seaboard is working pretty well so far. So we're gonna be continuing testing that and adding functionality and cleaning things up, getting ready for for it to actually work this time. And yeah, that's that. So again, thank you everyone for watching. It was real fun. And if you like the content, consider liking and subscribing on YouTube, or following on Twitch, or joining my Discord. And I wish everyone to have a great day, great night, basically the next 24 hours at least. See you around.